And hello, everybody. Welcome to TCO Sports Garden. It's playoff hockey on the home of White Bear Nation, the Horn, the Woodbury Royals, the number 7 seed, coming to battle the White Bear Lake Bears in a affair between a couple of Suburban East Conference opponents, and tonight their Section 4 AA opponents. So good to be here with Chad Olson. I'm Zach Halverson, and Chad, the atmosphere here, not as electrifying as you normally would get for a section quarterfinal. The crowds will be limited, but as we saw this afternoon with the Roseville and Mountain View game, the fun, the action, the excitement certainly won't be.
Oh yeah, that Roseville and Mountain View game, it felt like a normal 4AA quarterfinal. It's definitely weird doing this pregame show. We're the only ones in here currently besides the players. But once the fans get in, there'll definitely be a good atmosphere.
Let's take a look at the bracket here. You mentioned that Roseville and Mountain View game. It was a battle. It was close. The Mountain View Mustangs had a 3-0 lead. The Raiders fought their way back and almost tied that thing up. But unfortunately for the Raiders, they couldn't get the job done. Good news for the Mountain View Mustangs, who move on. And they will play the winner of this one tonight. Whether the Bears or the Royals win, that game will be played back here at TCO Sports Garden. Little advantage there for the lower-seeded Mountain View Mustangs. On the top half of the bracket, Hill Murray took care of business over Irondale, 7-0 final. They will play the winner of Stillwater and Eastridge. That game is set to start about 8 o'clock tonight over at the St. Croix Valley Rec Center. And Chad, we talk about Hill Murray, and it was so difficult when you look at that seeding meeting, how to exactly seed this battle, because none of the teams below them played Hill Murray at all this season.
Yeah, it's hard to think of. The Bears have a great record, but what it would have been like if they were playing teams outside the Suburban East, and it makes the seedings even harder.
Yeah, and we mentioned the Suburban East, Chad, and that was a better, I guess, look at sort of how to gauge where to put the teams here. And the standings show, I mean, Stillwater very close behind there, but, White Bear Lake earned that not only with a deciding 5-0 victory, but also an incredible run through the Suburban East, especially. And really, I mean, if you look at how the Bears throughout the teams below them, I mean, it was pretty crazy how they took care of business the rest of the season.
And that's for sure. And one thing that stands out to me looking at that Suburban East Conference Finals is look how far down Mountain View is. But they were able to get those 2 wins against Stillwater that propelled them all the way up to the 3rd seed. And then you look at the top of the standings, you got Cretin-Durham Hall, who is the number 1 seed in their section. So it was definitely a tough Suburban East this year. We usually say conference doesn't matter, but this year it did.
It certainly did, Chad, and it was a crazy year, a shortened schedule. You see 17-1 is the winner of the conference there with Cretin-Durham Hall, but only 18 games, and just a crazy year overall to have only an 18-game season, to be a week after what would have been the state tournament weekend, and we're still playing hockey. We're only in the section quarterfinal.
Yeah, it's halfway through March, and we're still playing hockey.
We'll move over here now because we're going off the camera.
Yep.
We talked to Tim Sagar yesterday, head coach of the White Bear Lake Bears, a little bit about the craziness and how to prepare a team that was mostly new for the varsity level. And here's what he had to say.
Back to the summer. It's the first, quote, summer I didn't have anything to do. I spent my time at the lake. It was sort of nice, but, it really felt odd, not skating or being with the kids. And, I guess one of the biggest things is always expect the unexpected, because you never know, as they say in life, today's today, and you never promise tomorrow. So, I think one of the things that we saw, especially with our group of young men, is they really needed this. Just, the last 2.5, 3 weeks is we've started seeing the personalities come back. It was sort of like a blank slate when they came back, that, they were staring at screens. They didn't have a lot of interaction going on. And this has been great. We've been following all the protocols and, keeping the boys safe. And, granted, it's another classroom and extension of the education world, but yeah, it's been a fun, enjoyable year. At the beginning, we were overwhelmed by all the protocols and what we were going to have to do and so on and so forth. And when we got here, it was play hockey. Let's get back and play hockey. And once we got them on the rink and inside the boards and stuff, and it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, and certainly a great job by head coach Tim Sagar and the rest of the crew adjusting as we adjust again on the camera. Chad, you look at the loss of Leighton Road, such a huge loss for the Bears. The reasons aside, it is what it is. But obviously he was a major force for the Bears this year, and being told he's still around and still helping his squad, just not on the ice.
Yeah, it's definitely tough to lose a D1 commit like Leighton Road. You could see just how much better this team got once he came back from junior hockey. But these kids played a few games without him at the start of the season. Hopefully they can gain that chemistry back real quick.
Yeah, Leighton Road, such a pivotal part of the success, and again, going to be trying his best. He's actually on the bench right now. Kind of play. I don't know if that's illegal or not, but he's out there.
Do the Bears have to forfeit now?
I think so. He's playing on the stick, or with. It looks like, from the bench. It's interesting to see. I don't know. Maybe we can get a shot of that in a little bit. But let's talk about some of these players here, Chad, to watch out for tonight for the Bears. And let's start out with the lead guy here. He's even had more points than Leighton Road this year. Max Hamstead has played so phenomenal thus far for the White Bear Lake Bears.
Yeah, that was a very welcome transfer over from the Centennial Cougars for the Bears. Max Hamstead, first year here. You could see the points there, 12 goals, 14 assists, and 26 points. Definitely a very welcome addition, and they're going to have to ride his back going into these playoffs.
And that's for sure. He's helped out a lot by Tyler Bishop, who, again, has also had a very good season so far for White Bear Lake.
Yeah, when all those seniors graduated last year, everybody was looking for Tyler Bishop to step up, and he's really done that. 22 points on the year, and he's really had a great junior season for the Bears.
And then you talk about the scoring that they've had. They've had some blowout victories, not only because of the amount of goals that they've scored, but the amount of goals that they've been able to keep off the board. Jackson Conan, the White Bear Lake Bears goaltender, we'll talk a little bit more about both, but he has had a phenomenal year so far for the Bears. Anytime he gets close to 90%, that's a pretty damn good save percentage.
Yeah, he's got 4 shutouts, a 2.37 goals against average, and look at that record, 9-3-1, and he's playing against all the tough teams. He's been a great goalie in that, and the Bears are going to have to ride him good in this playoffs.
Yeah, that's for sure. The Woodbury Royals, for their part, Chad, they've had a very interesting regular season. They only have 4 wins, but 3 of those wins, Chad, came against seeds that were ranked higher than them. They were seeded higher than the Woodbury Royals, and you look at their trek through the 2021 season. It's certainly interesting to look at those 3 matchups that really helped them at least in the 7th seed, because and it really proves that they're a potential spoiler.
Right. And actually their last win was against the number 3 seed Mountain View Mustangs in overtime. And you'll see there they also shut out the Stillwater Ponies. That's hard to believe. Not a lot of people shut out the Stillwater Ponies this year, but the Royals figured out a way.
Yeah, it's a tough team to play, and they played them very well. And then an overtime victory against this team we just saw this afternoon, a very good Mountain View Mustang squad. Moving forward here, they have some really very high-power forwards here, Chad. This guy nobody's here. We emailed the coach. We don't have a pronunciation, but Chris, what are we going to go with here? Fotopoulos? Fotopoulos. We'll go with that right now.
Yeah.
Chris Fotopoulos, 5 goals, 6 shot assists this year. 11, not the most, not the most you see out there, but he's the bell cow. You want to see if you want to look for an upset, he's going to have to lead it.
Yeah, he's going to have to come out great for the Woodbury Royals. You could tell how much the offense has struggled this year when their leading point getter has 11 points, but he's going to be that guy that they need to step up and if they want to upset the Bears.
That's for sure. So the warm-ups, as you can see, wrapping up here. Players will get to the locker room. We'll resurface the ice, and we'll get ready to go here coming up a little bit. More about Woodbury, though, Chad. Wes Bolin, a longtime head coach there for the Woodbury Royals. He has done a very, very good job with that program. You've run into some buzzsaws there when you get to sections, but again, like we just were talking about, they've beat 3 of the higher seeded teams. And, they're always dangerous around this time of year.
That's for sure. That win against Stillwater earlier in the year actually was his 500th career victory.
Wow.
Which is, he's the only 5th active coach right now to have that, joining the names of Mike Randolph. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Bill Lechner, Lee Smith, and Ken Pauley.
And another coach to talk about, Tim Sagar, has tremendous respect for Wes Bolin. Here's what he had to say about Coach Bolin yesterday.
I know Woodbury will be ready for us tomorrow. Coach Bolin does a great job. After, a few years back when we played them, they stood 5 guys out at center ice and waited for us to turn the puck over. Other years they came with, 3 hard, so, we've been discussing this since last week or since Monday about just, hey, you got to be ready, and you can't come in and not say, oh, I didn't think they were going to do that. I've already put that in your mind that you got to be ready for everything. You don't know what's coming.
And certainly we don't know what's coming tonight because these 2 teams have played 2 wildly different games. And you look at their meeting back in January compared to their one in March, Chad, and it is a tale of 2 completely different hockey games, it seems like.
Yeah, it took a Ethan Murky game-winning goal in the second period for the Bears to just squeak by the Royals in that first matchup. But as you can see, 9-1 in that second game, which is out at Woodbury. Brady Borgstead had 5 points in that game. There's another kid, we didn't mention him, that needs to step, or that watch for him to step up now that Leighton's not playing. But that kid has had a heck of a sophomore year.
And again, we talked a little bit earlier to Tyler Bishop. He was a heavy contributor there. And again, 9 goals March 2nd there. And that was right around the time when they had, of course, the big victory over Stillwater, the 5-0 victory there. And that win, by the way, back on that 3-2 win, really sparked a major surge for the White Bear Lake Bears, Chad. It's 11-game unbeaten streak going up to, of course, the number 1 seed in Section 2, which is always hard to do. And they've been eyeing it forever, has Cretan. But they're the ones who ended that Bears streak. But it was a heck of a run. And I talked to Coach Sagar about this yesterday. How do you have a game? How do you have a season where you start little? I mean, they got some wins, but they were close. And then, that was sort of the start there. You lost to Cretan, but you beat Woodbury 3-2. You went on an 11-game unbeaten streak, and it wasn't just wins; they were crushing opponents.
Domination.
And I asked Coach Sagar about that. What changed? What was the major change in the team, and what happened to spark that crazy surge of wins?
There's no recipe for experience. Getting out there and understanding your systems, how fast the game is, and I mean, you were here and went from being part of trying out for this and skating to junior gold to what you did, and people don't understand. You can be we could have a top end Bantam team, and if they're sitting 6 rows up, it's so different. How fast this game really is at ice level, and I think us getting to know one another back again after being at home and distance learning, to getting our legs under us, to getting back into a really good shape, and kids applying the system, understanding the system, what their role is. Because early on, Cretan, we were tight with them for 2 periods, and then they just blew us out the 3rd period. It was, thank goodness for Jackson Conan, because he stood on his head and he still gave up 7. We gave up 7. We weren't good in front of them. And other games, just figuring out, owning your own game, getting better at your own game every day, practicing hard every day. And all of a sudden I'm looking up and we've got 5 shutouts on the year, and our goalies have done a nice job, both Torrin and Jackson, and we got better at the analytical part of the game with playing our systems the correct way. That we can't play racehorse hockey. We've got to be able to not limit teams to not outmanning us on rushes. And boy, the first few times I thought it was pom pull away that we were down at the old playgrounds, and it was like, who's going to get to 20? So I think that's a lot, Zach, that that they came together and started learning how to play. And like I said, we've had 10 of them that were jumping up from JV last year that never dressed for a varsity game. So, working through that whole thing.
Yeah, I tell you, Chad, you can just see the belief that he has in his squad. We mentioned there are 13 seniors. They graduated last year, and normally that is, calls for a significant, jump back and a rebuild. And they certainly, haven't had that issue. They had a lot of seniors again this year, and it has been, like I said, a learning experience for every team across the state, especially for a team that had very little varsity experience. But their experience certainly helped and has propelled this very older group really to a very successful season. And anytime you get a number 2 seed, that's a pretty big deal.
That is. I gotta say they definitely defied my expectations for this team. Definitely a great. Even a lot of the seniors on this team, besides a few, they didn't play a lot last year because there was so many seniors. So they were able to step up into their new leadership roles after not really having to worry about that. But they learned quickly, as we could see with this 14-3-1 record.
And obviously Layton coming back helped, get this team kind of steady there. But I feel like, it helped more not from the perspective of the goal scoring that he did, and obviously setting other guys up. He had great numbers this year, but it was really the fact that he had a guy who went to state a couple years ago, sort of had that experience, brought it back here, and a lot of these guys, they either were still Bantams or were not, in the program when they made that state tournament run. So it's always nice having that experience here tonight for a team that is on the verge of a really anything can happen section playoffs.
Right. This talking about this team being young still, it's going to be a huge first period to see how this team reacts to the playoff pressure because they haven't really faced that before. And Layton will be on the bench. He'll be talking them up. But these other kids are going to have to step up without Layton on the ice.
Sagar talked a lot about, not knowing really what to expect. And, when it comes to hockey, there's ways, Bears have certainly deployed these ways as well of, slowing down a more talented opponent. What Wes Bolin, the head coach for the Royals, will have cooked up for tonight will be interesting because you clog that neutral zone up, you have a really good goaltending performance, really anything can happen.
That's for sure. It's playoffs. We've seen a lot of crazy upsets.
And, we've already seen some craziness. We expect more, probably a bloodbath this weekend. And, in addition to that, you've had some teams that have already had to hang up the skates due to COVID. The big one, of course, Duluth East, up in Section 7. And we remember that the battle against the Forest Lake Rangers a few weeks ago and how good the Rangers are. Obviously a tough section, but again, we're as far as anything can happen years, and every year, it's always crazy. You never know what's going to happen, but this year especially, you really have zero clue.
Yeah, we have JV teams playing playoffs games now. We saw Farmington, and I also saw a little bit ago that Mankato East is facing the same issue, and their JV will be playing, mostly JV will be playing tonight in their section quarterfinal. So anything can happen. And like a lot of these teams, it's not even exposures on their own team. It's from their opponents last week.
We mentioned the running into a hot goaltender situation on one side. On the other side, though, the Bears have some hot goaltenders of their own here. Jackson Conan and Torrin Larson have just played phenomenal all year long. And one thing to note too, Chad, Torrin Larson played both games against Woodbury. I mean, we don't know quite yet who's going to start for the Bears. You think maybe you go with Jackson Conan, but it seems like they're in good hands either way.
Yeah, Torrin Larson, 5-0-0 on the year, including, like just you said, two wins against the Woodbury Royals. So if something were ever to happen to Jackson Cohen, the Bears have a great other tandem that they could put in there.
You see Conan there, 4 shutouts on the year. That is a crazy stat. And I think about what it takes just to get one of those things, to get 4 of them. That's a feather in his cap for sure.
That's for sure. And 4 shutouts for Jackson Conan, but look at Torrin Larson also had 1. So the great goalies for these Bears. And we talked in that Stillwater game, this goalie position was wide open after two of the goalies last year were both seniors. So these two have really stepped up.
Yeah, certainly it's been a crazy year. Now, let's just talk about it here. Woodbury has had their season come to an end back-to-back years now against the White Bear Lake Bears. They're going to be ready to go, and we certainly hope that this year will be more of the same.
Yeah, they don't want it to be 3 years in a row. Last year, the Bears in this building won 4-1, and that game was pretty close for almost the entire game. It took Layton Road to put that away, and then the year before, the year the Bears went to state, they beat the Woodbury Royals 6-0, and that was actually a semifinal matchup.
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens here tonight. We're a couple minutes away from the drop of the puck. We're gonna take a quick break, and when we come back, we will be here for puck drop, the Section 4 AA quarterfinal. It's White Bear Lake, and it's Woodbury, and it's all on the home of White Bear Nation, the Horn. Welcome back to TCO Sports Garden, White Bear Lake and Woodbury coming up here in a little while. Not in a little while, like pretty much right now on the Horn, WBL.com. With Chad Olson, I'm Zach Halverson. Hope you enjoyed the pregame. And Chad, it's always exciting when we get to this time of year. Normally we're getting ready for like conference finals in college hockey, but we're just getting ready. It's getting started here for a fun affair between a couple of opponents that, again, just so familiar with each other, White Bear and Woodbury. And you talked about last year, it was close, and the Bears edged out, and so nothing is guaranteed. That was a lesson learned by a lot of these guys last year.
That is for sure. You know, those kids that were watching and playing last year knows that we can't come out slow against these Woodbury Royals, or it's gonna cost you. And it's confirmed Jackson Cohen in net.
That's what we expected. On the other side, by the way, in goal will be Camden Carlson, 3-7-2 record this year for the Royals, 86% save percentage. He's got a couple of shutouts to his name as well, and he will do his best to battle the White Bear Lake Bears tonight here on the Horn. One more name to be announced, then we have the anthem, and then we're going to drop the puck. Is that okay with you, Chad?
Yes, that's okay.
Section 4AA quarterfinal action coming up after the Star Spangled Banner here on the Horn. All right, here we go. It's loud in here. I don't know if you could tell. White Bear Lake, Woodbury on the Horn. The crowd, maximum capacity crowd of 250 people. How crazy is this, Chad?
It's a raucous atmosphere in here.
It's so weird. It is so weird. And the nice thing about having a home seed in the quarterfinal, which is what they switched to last year, having the higher seed host, you get a building like this rocking, you get an advantage. Here, it's not rocking yet.
Not yet. We'll see.
Wes Bolin, longtime head coach for the Woodbury Royals. On the other side, Tim Sagar, who's been coaching for 34 years. 34, yeah. Not all, of course, here at White Bear Lake, but
A couple of long tenured coaches. I believe the article I was reading on Legacy Hockey today about Wes Bolin is he's been a coach for over 40 years. And he's been at the Woodbury Royals since 2004.
Jackson Conan in goal for the Bears. On the other side, it's going to be, of course, Camden Carlson. We are underway, and the Royals do win the face-off. It's battled for here, played across, and dumped deep into the White Bear Lake end for an icing. So right off the bat, Chad, just a dump in. That's got to be kind of the plan. Slow the game down if you can for Woodbury.
That's for sure, and the Bears are going to have new lines tonight, and you got Charlie Olson, who was a third or fourth liner before this game, centering this top line of Morkey and Hampstead. So watch for Charlie to get his feet wet and really get his chemistry going with this team, with this line as the game goes back on.
Battle behind the White Bear Lake goal. Bears come out with it. It's Murphy who flips it forward to his left for Hampstead. Bears enter the zone along the blue line. It's Murphy, reversing direction, goes back to the blue line with it, played across by Kodatek to Fratelloni, who fires a shot, and that goes wide of the goal. To the corner, Hampstead tracking it down, battles there with Tarleton. Got it along the wall to the blue line, kept in by the Bears. Cycled down low by Murphy, centering pass for Hampstead goes all the way through. Fratelloni steps up, fires a shot off the blocker of the goaltender. A shot goes wide again there. Carlson making some crucial saves here early on. Bears forcing a turnover. Borgstead in front. Chance for the Bears. Borgstead sending it on goal and making the save again. Camden Carlson. Charlie Olson, Chad, there. Great opportunity along with the help of Aiden Welch.
Yeah, we also talked about, you're saying Aiden Welch. Look at those assists on the year. 13 assists for the Bears. Aiden Welch is a great puck distributor. And him and Brady Borgstead, sophomores coming in, they're having a heck of a season.
Off the draw, Nicky O'Brien sends one off a couple of skates and shin pads, and it flutters right to a Woodbury stick. Gaining speed here is Fotopoulos. Watch out for him. He'll fire a shot that is turned away, and then the clearing attempt hits an official, goes right to the stick of Nicholas Bradley, and the Woodbury Royals, off of a very lucky bounce, take a 1-0 lead.
The Bears just an unfortunate bounce that looked like it was going to clear out, but just hit off the ref, and Nicholas Bradley just wide open there on the weird deflection, and he's able to beat Conan to put the Royals up 1-0.
Wow. So again, you want to talk about anything can happen. Anything did just happen here. A rough break for the Bears, but that was something that Coach Sagar talked about yesterday, about being ready for anything. So we'll see how the Bears respond. Here's Welch, drop pass, one-time shot taken there by Tyler Bishop, and it's turned away off the shoulder of Carlson. Played all the way through to Bishop. Now back to the blue line here. Bears are buzzing here, trying to get that goal back as it's flipped to center. Off the official again. The officials just can't seem to get out of the Bears' way so far. O'Brien rotates it left. Played forward here by Grady Gallatin. Fights his way through, lost it at the blue line. Turnover, here's Joey Muir. Muir moving in, fires a shot wide of the White Bear Lake goal. It bounces back for Nicholas. Olafson Nicholas sends it behind the White Bear Lake goal. Battle continues down there. Now up to the half wall it goes, off the wall to center ice. Retreating here is Joey Gerlach. Gerlach will escape back to his zone, blows a tire, loose puck. Gerlach got it back just in time as he swatted it to the outside, and picking up that loose change is Ben Tarleton as he navigates his way through neutral ice and dumps it in deep. Left corner, it's Dylan Chapman. He'll fire it across for Gerlach. Gerlach with a shot that misses the net, bounces to the half wall. Bears will track it down. They flip it off the wall to center. Keeping it along is Anthony Brooks. Brooks got it forward here, and then Tyler McKenzie centered it to nobody. Goes all the way across the ice, and then the Royals trying for a long pass to neutral ice. Instead, send it all the way down the ice for our favorite part of the game, an icing.
We love to see it.
14-11 to go, period number one. The Royals, 1 out of 1 shots so far. that they got. If you're just joining us, it was about as lucky of a hop as you could possibly ask for. And the Royals coming out of the zone with it here. Chad, if you're Woodbury, I mean, you obviously appreciate the bounce and appreciate the luck, but you also want to get, earn one here too. And here's a chance they can try, but the glove of Conan stops a very good Jackson Miller shot. You like that location, trying to sneak it right through, and he almost did.
Yeah, I thought that was going to tickle the twine, but Jackson Conan was just able to get his glove up there at the last moment.
If you're watching, let us know where you're watching from. Played down the ice here, tracking it down is Charlie Olson as he skates into the Zamboni doors. Hamstead comes away with it, centered one, stolen away by Heather. And out to neutral ice it goes again at the red line, played here from right to left and dumped in deep by Cole Heather. Hits off the corner wall, picked up by Kodatek, who goes behind his goal, sets up shop there, and then fires up the right side for Murky. Murky slides it along for Hamstead, who dumps it in deep to the Woodbury side. In the corner, Fotopoulos picks it up here for the Royals. If that's not how to say his name, please comment in the wow, Fotopoulos tripped up as he entered the zone. The Royals want a call. They do not get one. Surprise there. Could have been a trip in my opinion, but
me too.
Those are just our very Woodbury biased eyes up here.
The ref just wanted to hold the Bears one after that goal.
That's the first thing I thought of. Is that a makeup? It might be. Though those aren't even. It's like when you have offsetting penalties in football. One of them's a 15, a friggin' spot foul, and on the other side it's 5-yard penalty for offside. Here come the Bears. Chance in front, stolen away by Tarleton. He's been hot there as he sends it forward. Numbers coming for the Royals. Right side shot, and just getting a piece of it there and sending it along its way was Jackson Conan. Back to grab it is Jackson Miller. Miller rings it around the wall. Up the ice it goes. Coming back to pick up is Grady Gallatin. He'll go hard off the back wall in the direction of O'Brien. Couldn't connect. Right corner, centering attempt, loose in the slot, cleared to the outside, and then knocked down to the corner where it's picked up by O'Brien and fished right back out to center. Royals steal it right back and dump it in deep. Nicky O'Brien forward along the wall, stolen back by the Royals. Weak angle shot misses wildly as it bounces off the near wall. Got it to the blue line, did the Bears, but stealing it right back and sending it in and then giving chase is Ethan Hansen. Down the ice it goes, slowly icing waved off. Clearing attempt successful for the Royals, but it goes right to a right bare leg stick and Tanner Dom shot. Into the zone comes Brooks on the left side. Brooks checked from behind hard, and he is still down, getting up slowly, and it's going to be a cross check. I apologize. I shouldn't have said checking from behind. I should have said cross check. I apologize.
They're going to either call that a cross check or a rough.
So a power play now for the Bears, Chad. They've been very successful. My White Bear math says over 1 out of 4 has resulted in a goal. 26.4% on the year.
Yeah, that's a pretty good power play. And on the opposite side, the Woodbury PK is going at 77.5%.
You'd have to think this is, you want to be opportunistic here. Not a great start to the power play for the Bears. Great work by Cole Heather. Skated it out and got it into the White Bear Lake end. Killed the first 15 seconds or so of this power play off for the Woodbury Royals. Work to the right side. Here's Charlie Olson moving it in. Ben Tarleton skates it behind the goal. Sends it hard off the wall. Forward to the aforementioned Heather. Heather fires a shot, ramps off the stick of Conan and goes to the corner. As the Royals all over the place here in this penalty kill. Bears will try to set up shop as they enter the zone. Murky has it top of the circle. Right side shot. One-timer score. Max Hamstead finds the 5-hole, and it's 1-0 White Bear Lake.
Yeah, great.
Or 1-1 White Bear Lake. I apologize.
Great play there by Max Hamstead. He just kind of creeped in the middle of the ice and just was able to find that little bit of an opening in Camden Carlson's 5-hole to tie this game up for the Bears.
And look at it one more time here. Just a nice low on the ice shot found its way through in a 1-1 tie game we have on the power play here. The 10.5 to go in period number 1. By the way, we do want to thank our crew here. Gabe Bartlett, Chad, former team manager for the Bears, running the camera side, and then of course Zach Chapman flew back from Bemidji for this. That's a big deal.
That's dedication.
Off the crossbar and wow.
I thought that hit might have hit
I
the back
thought they hit
bar.
the back. The official is right there, and he's going to raise his hand up and call a penalty on Grady Gallatin for roughing or whatever. From our vantage point here, I thought it snuck inside the bar. Their home score not updating correct. Always fun to have crazy things happen. We'll update it here. Hold on a second. Chad, you do play-by-play. You're good at
Hey,
it.
good thing we got a whistle right now.
What is going on with this? There we go.
Did you figure it out?
I'm a
Just in time for the puck drop.
Zach of all trades, they call him.
That's what they call you.
Royals win the draw again on the power play. Not the most successful one this year, 8.5%. And they fire a shot from the top of the point. That was Mason Pelkey. Found its way all the way through, and then the battle ensues down in the corner wall. Still down in some skates. Good news for the Bears. It killed off a fair amount of time there on this power play, and now a turnover. Murky finding Hamstead, looking for number 2. Hamstead moving in, and he finds the glove of Carlson instead. Great work forcing the turnover by Murky. It sprung Hamstead forward, and moments after a power play goal, he almost had a shorty.
That would have been crazy. Power play goal, shorthanded goal. And who knows, he might get an even strength one down in the future.
The Max Hamstead hat trick.
The Max Hamstead hat trick.
I don't know.
Patent it now.
I don't know if there's anybody
Even though
else
he
who-
didn't score a shorthanded goal, we're still going to patent it.
Yeah, well, who knows? We still have a minute left here on the man advantage for Woodbury. Got to give credit to Camden Carlson too, Ted. That's a high pressure situation, and he rose to the challenge.
Yeah, you want to keep that momentum going for your team.
See what the Royals can do here as they enter the zone, battle, and then a shot from the boards, turned away easily by Conan, cleared out by the Bears, and 35 seconds remain on this power play. Back to pick up is Kulza. Kaliza works his way in.
We tried, folks. We tried.
He emailed people. We did. And then social distancing and all that. We couldn't find anybody here. So sorry to the Kalzia family. Loose puck in the slot. Trying to pull the trigger was Dylan Chapman. He did, but it went right into the equipment of O'Brien. Cleared it to the outside. Now the puck is forced back deep. 3 seconds, 2 and 1. That clear will do it. The Bears are full strength. A successful penalty kill for White Bear Lake. The Royals keep the pressure going. They send it down the ice. It tips off a White Bear Lake stick. That negates the icing. And the Royals will clear it back out to, or the Bears rather, will clear it back to center. Royals will grab it. Marshall Myers-Beck goes behind his goal. Sends it off the wall up the right side for Gerlach. Gerlach off the wall behind him, intercepted by Murky, and he'll work it down low in the direction of Charlie Olson. Olson battling down there. Diving effort, got it out in front, and a pad save from a weak angle diving effort. Back to Fratellone out the blue line. He finds Kodatek to his left. Now it's down to Hamstead in the corner. He's pinned up against the wall, and it's cleared out by the Royals. Knocked off of Bear sticks and no icing. Coming out is Conan. He'll fire it to the red line, but it's carried right back in and fired on Conan, who makes the save, denying Mason Pelkey the opportunity.
Going back to Charlie Olson on the other end there, what an effort in the corner. I've been really impressed with him on these first few shifts of him getting those elevated minutes. He definitely does not look out of place.
Long story short, we got a couple of questions in the comments, Chad. Leighton Road is out due to him coming back like a day or two late. Semantics, we're just happy to be here. We're not going to get our broadcast license approval pulled. But yeah, we're not big fans of the decision, and neither is pretty much anybody. But
especially in a year like this.
Yeah, just awful decision by a great league. We love the league. Trying to fight his way through is Pelkey. Almost drew a penalty in the process. Good job by the Bears, at least not taking him down as they forced the puck deep into the Royals' end. Big collision in the corner. Puck squirts free. It's picked up by Tyler Bishop, and he'll work it one-handed into the zone. Tried to center. He's ridden into the wall instead. Grabbed here and carried out nicely by Chris Fotopoulos. Man, I hope we're right. Fotopoulos handles it in the corner. Tried to center, does so, and a redirection on goal somehow, some way by Joey Muir. Got it on goal and forced Conan to make a pretty tough save.
Lots of bodies out front. That could have went off a leg and in.
I didn't bring backup masks, so we are going to have to like make a target run in the intermission. We can get there and back, right?
Definitely.
Well, can we get a White Bear Lake Police escort? Centering pass for the Bears, a shot and a stick save for Carlson. Tyler McKenzie with the opportunity. Now into the zone comes Muir. He'll go to his right and firing a shot over the goal. The oohs and ahs and ohs from the opposite side ring through the TCO Sports Garden. A good opportunity for Ethan Hansen, but he can't hit the net.
He had Jackson Conan going down, but just fired it over the top of the net.
Out to neutral ice it goes. Brady Gallatin flips it almost to us. Almost hit our camera. I hope everybody's okay.
I don't know if they are.
Oh, I wanted the puck. Why didn't they throw the puck up here?
It's been a few years since we almost got killed by a puck, so I think we're due.
I miss Chuck-a-Puck. This would be a great time for Chuck-a-Puck. I can't wait for Chuck-a-Puck to come back.
Me too.
Ethan Murphy for the Bears. Centers one. Loose puck, nets off the moorings, which is surprisingly the first time we've had this the entire game.
Yeah, we've almost gone the whole first period. That's crazy.
Probably the longest I've gone at this rink without a whistle for the net being off the moorings. It's pretty bad here, if I may say so myself. Face off in the Woodbury zone. We have no way of confirming this, but it looks like Max Hamstead's birthday is today. So
is it?
Birthday boy goal, nearly hit 2. Bears and the Royals tied at 1, and just smothering it is Camden Carlson. 4:35 to go, period 1. Shots on goal, White Bear Lake 6, Woodbury 9. Nice.
You beat me to it.
The Royals have done a really good job, Chad, of coming out of their own zone with a draw and just fighting their way through neutral ice. Bears finally able to stop the pressure, but then they give it up and the Royals send it right back in. It's a great effort so far. Bishop trying to turn things around for White Bear Lake as he gives it forward to Borgstad. Borgstad fires a backhander on Carlson. It's loose in front. Fratelloni trying for the shot. Had a great opportunity, but Carlson spun over and slid to his left and got there just in time.
He's not usually an offensive defenseman, but Joey Fradlin has had quite a few offensive chances already in this first period.
.354 to go. Again, our thanks to Zach Chapman making his way his bighorn return, and the rest of our crew, Gabe Bartlett as well. Battle continues along the perimeter, back out high. Cross for Tanner Domschott. Tried to slide it to the back door for McKenzie, but it was broken up by the Royals. Goes back to Domschott, who goes in the corner, tic-tac, but no toe there. Another try from the blue line, a shot goes off the stick of Carlson and into the netting behind with 3.5 to go, period one.
Tanner Domschott actually had a hat trick in the Bears' final regular season game. Those were his first 3 goals of the year in his senior year. And he also had 2 assists to add to a 5-point night.
Off the draw, it's won by the Bears again. Slid to Domschott. He'll fire a shot that hits Dylan Chapman. But Domschott responded, got the puck down low, and the forecheck continues for White Bear Lake. Helping out again is Domschott as he's ridden hard into the wall, kept the puck in front of him. The second try, though, for the Royals is good. It got to neutral ice before it's returned into the Woodbury end. Logan Schwartzoff got it to the blue line, but the Bears standing tall there, drop it right back behind. Ben Tarleton this time, his pass pushed forward and then intercepted by Murky, and then pushed on goal for Carlson to make a save. And Chad, the Royals struggling there on the breakout, but the Bears unable to really take advantage of it too much.
Yeah, no high percentage shots there on that shift. We'll see if the Bears can take advantage of this offensive zone faceoff, which they haven't so far this game. And Woodbury wins it again.
Royals, again, shining in the faceoffs in their own zone. Problem is they get to neutral ice and then they ice it. So we'll go back. We'll do this again.
Yep.
Can I just say, so Alex Westad is playing music and doing stats and all sorts of stuff here down there.
Mm-hmm. That's crazy.
Gotta credit him.
What a guy.
Off the draw, O'Brien with a shot from the blue line, and it got through, but another big save for Carlson. The Royals fans stand up and cheer, and then a big hit for Brady Borgstad at the blue line. Gets the White Bear Lake bench cheering and hemming and hawing.
Woodbury mom over there's got some pom-poms. I want some.
Yeah, we should get some pom-poms later. Can we go to his stalls real quick when we get the masks thing? I can't believe I didn't grab extra masks. That's a
rookie
major L.
mistake.
It's not like I had anything else to do this afternoon. Working his way in, it's Bradley. He'll send a pass across. A one-time shot misses wide. Bounces back to the blue line. Another shot taken there by Logan Schwartzoff is turned away as the chances still continue to mount for the Woodbury Royals. Cross to Mason Pelkey. Rims it into the White Bear Lake end. Across in front, bouncing puck, it's loose in the crease, still loose, and then coming out with it is Anthony Brooks. Very dangerous play there for the Woodbury Royals as they skate it back in. Some nice moves, but a nicer poke check. Couple of great poke checks, and the Bears able to stop the damage before it can be done. Through neutral ice, it's Tyler McKenzie. He'll slide it in for Anthony Brooks. Around the wall, kept in by Kotzmacher. Kotzmacher works to the corner. He'll keep with it here, but it's pickpocketed by Mason Pelkey. Kotzmacher gets it back. Kotzmacher versus Pelkey. Now in front, chance. Brooks shot. Hits a body, goes to the corner instead. And out of the zone and down the ice it goes, just missing the White Bear Lake goal for an icing with 40.7 seconds to go in period number 1. It's a tie game. White Bear Lake 1, Woodbury 1. Got the club mix, does Alex Westad.
He's got everything down there.
Out to center ice, Fratelloni. Slides it to his left for Kodatek. Kodatek, a little too much mustard on that pass to Murky. And here come the Royals' chance, but a great back check by Charlie Olson.
What a game
tied
for
up
that
the
kid.
stick. And obviously, again, we talked about earlier, making the most of an opportunity. Now it sends Jackson Miller hard into the penalty box. Nearly knocked down the laptop and all the other stuff down there. Alex Westhead not too happy about that.
He might run on the ice.
Said this stuff is expensive. Time expires. What a first period we had. The Royals struck first, taking advantage of a very lucky bounce. But the White Bear Lake Bears responded in kind with a power play goal, but the shots even at 11, Chad. The Bears and the Royals even at 1.
Yeah, definitely an ugly game at times in that first period, but both teams had great chances, lots of weird bounces. So it's setting up for a very exciting rest of the game.
Yeah, the Ponies aren't playing anymore. Sorry about that, folks. Bears and the Royals tied at 1. We played a little bit of this in the pregame, but we're going to play this in its entirety when we figure out what the heck is going on here. There we go. Teams making their way to the penalty or the locker room. We'll take a breather. Tim Sagar, I sat down with him before the game, obviously, yesterday afternoon, and here is what he had to say about his team's season thus far.
Well, first of all, I don't want to age you too much here, but you've been coaching a while, and this was obviously a different year than any of the previous, however many it is.
34.
34 years. So after 34 years, you maybe be thinking that you have almost everything figured out, but this obviously was a curveball. What did you learn this year from coaching White Bear High School hockey?
Well, I would say I'd go back to the summer. It's the first, quote, summer I didn't have anything to do. I spent my time at the lake. It was sort of nice, but, it really felt odd, not skating or being with the kids. And, I guess one of the biggest things is always expect the unexpected, because you never know, as they say in life, today's today, and you never promise tomorrow. So, I think one of the things that we saw, especially with our group of young men, is they really needed this. Just, the last 2.5, 3 weeks is we've started seeing the personalities come back. It was sort of like a blank slate when they came back, that, they were staring at screens. They didn't have a lot of interaction going on, and this has been great. We've been following all the protocols and, keeping the boys safe. And, granted, it's another classroom and extension of the education world, but yeah, it's been a fun, enjoyable year. At the beginning, we were overwhelmed by all the protocols and what we were going to have to do and so on and so forth. And when we got here, it was play hockey. Let's get back and play hockey. And once we got them on the rink and inside the boards and stuff, and it's been a lot of fun.
Let's go back to October, November. Didn't really know if the season was going to begin or not. Obviously, eventually didn't took till January, but you graduated a fair amount of seniors last year, and so you're still kind of learning what you're going to finally get to. How difficult was it to sort of get a grasp for what you had and get prepared for this season that eventually came in the middle of January?
Yeah, like you mentioned, last year was the biggest year of graduation. We had 13 seniors graduate, and if you remember correctly, that was the group that stepped in after that sophomore group that stepped in after they won the Bantam AA championship, and basically were with us for 3 years. I mean, they all played a regular shift. Granted, the goaltending moved around just a little bit, but yeah, to get to know everybody. I mean, and we're a old team again this year. We have 12 seniors. A lot of these kids have been putting their time in at the JV and did a great job as sophomores and juniors there. But just getting to know them on a daily basis. You know, we don't skate too much together in that, but you know, it took some time. I mean, the assistant coaches, we did a good job of, you know, at least getting together once a week, possibly twice a week with Zoom meetings, talking and going over different things, and getting them used to varsity hockey, because, you know, there wasn't a lot that were coming back. And then, you know, I think one of the most difficult things was, you know, not knowing when the season was going to start. You know, it's sort of like you were dangling a carrot out in front of these kids, and not that anybody was, but we heard we were going to come back, and then it was pushed off a little longer, and the kids are texting and calling me, Coach, what do you know? And you know, and that put us in a situation with Leighton Road. You know, Leighton called me up and said, Coach, what do you know? And I said, Leighton, I don't know anything. And he goes, I think I'm going to go play juniors. And I said, no, you need to go do that. I mean, you're a Division I player. Let's go do that. And I said, I totally support you. He wasn't going to leave. He was going to stay. He was waiting it out. I think there was probably between 3 and 5 of the older Bantams that were going to come play at the varsity level in our program. And, you know, all of a sudden push came to shove, and he decided to go play juniors, you know, and which, you know, he was doing a tremendous job. He was leading the NAHL in scoring for the Magicians and having a great year, just like we knew he would. You know, I mean, Leighton's a great kid, and is going to do great up at Bemidji State, and, you know, we're super excited for him. And you know, and being in the cities, I think he did learn a tough lesson with that. Once you leave high school, it's all business, you know, and you know, he stuck his head in here about a couple, 2-3 times watching us play, and really missed being with his buddies. He said, hey, Coach Sags, what do you think about me coming back? And I said, that's your decision. I said, you know, you have to check on everything and talk with the athletic directors and stuff. And, you know, he really missed his buddies, being with his friends. And, you know, he'll be back golfing with Coach Naz and those guys. They'll have a tremendous golf team this year. But, you know, he found out, being where he is, and that, you know, you basically have acquaintances. And if you're lucky, you might, at those next levels, you might have one lifelong friend. Otherwise, your buddies are, as you know, as you come back and you guys reminisce over White Bear hockey and all the coverage and the 10 years that you've put into it and what you've seen, and, you know, the times you smile and scream and yell, and, you know, what are they doing, to the point of, I can't believe we just beat this team and we're going to state, you know. So, you know, seeing him come back and be able to, you know, use him as a tool to talk to other kids about, you know, possibly if you're going to leave, this is exactly what Coach said. It's, you know, if you can't get it done, they're going to find someone else. And so, you know, it's been a different season. You know, I mean, we started without Leighton, and then he was here, and then you know, the wires got crossed or whatever, and he missed the check-in date by a day. And, you know, the Minnesota State High School League said that he is now ineligible for playoffs. So now you've got 20 other guys trying to come back, and you're bringing them back in to get focused on what we have and what we're doing, and we'll be just fine. They've done a great job. And so, you know, it's a sad thing, but in the same sense, it's a rule, and, you know, whether I like it or not, that's their rule. So I thought there might be a little bit of leeway with the COVID year, but you know, we're moving on, and Leighton's been here a couple days, you know, and filling water bottles, talking to the guys. I mean, you can just see it. It's just Burns pulling that jersey. People don't understand, you know, about that bear paw and that jersey, what it means, you know, to our community. And, you know, people can have tremendous seasons and tremendous programs, but if you're not from a community, you're basically playing for an institution, and that's the way I look at it. So we're getting ready. You know, we got Woodbury tomorrow night, and it'll be the first time for this group to to feel that type of intensity, you know. So as a whole, you know, and you know, we'll get them prepared.
Welcome back to TCO Sports Garden. We are live, White Bear Lake, Woodbury, tied after one, and it's just an interesting first period. Chad, your thoughts on the opening 17?
Yeah, definitely a weird start, a lot of weird bounces, as you can see in that first goal for the Woodbury Royals off the ref, and Nick Bradley was able to take advantage of it. The teams kind of felt each other out as the game went on. High-powered scoring chances for each team. A lot of weird bounces in front of the Bears net. The defense is going to have to clean that up.
White Bear Lake will play, or White Bear Lake and Woodbury, the winner of this one will play the Mounds View Mustangs. Let's take a look at that bracket again, and you can see where we are. White Bear and Woodbury on the top there. That's currently going on. Mounds View has advanced with a 3-2 victory that happened earlier this afternoon right here at TCO Sports Garden. Very interesting, Chad, that no matter what happens, that semifinal will be right back here at TCO Sports Garden.
All it's determining is what color jersey is which team wearing.
Absolutely. And the Bears obviously hope to be wearing the home whites. And the Mounds View Mustangs, they're hoping for the same thing. And they are rooting on the Woodbury Royals. But we'll see what happens here this afternoon, or this evening, I should say. Hill Murray, by the way, on the other side, you know, they won, as you would expect.
As expected.
And still 20 minutes away from puck drop, Stillwater and Eastridge.
Yeah, they must have had a girls section game or something going on, or why is such a late start?
Could be Mounds View, could be not Mounds View, could be Mount Amida, maybe.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
We're not St. Croix Valley Rec Center experts, unfortunately.
Not anymore.
I got a new mask, though.
Did you?
Yeah, I don't know what I did with the old one.
It's on the ice.
Is it? Oh, man. I didn't get rid of the old mask. Oh, here it is.
Oh, there it is.
Check this out.
Everybody loves to see that.
Look at all that. Oh, that is gross. That is gross. That is unsanitary, and I want to throw this out. So, White Bear Lake, Woodbury coming up, second period. 1-1 is the score. Zach, why don't you flip that back to a different camera so we can put our headsets on? Yes. We're all professional now. Now, Chad, explain to me exactly what Woodbury is doing so well to stifle this White Bear Lake offense.
One thing for sure that is they're really good at winning faceoffs while in their own defensive zone and not letting the Bears set up. And they're clearing the zone a little way too easy. The Bears are going to have to work on that.
Yeah, they have a lot to work on, certainly in this game. Just because, again, of the really impressive performance from Woodbury so far, and it's particularly in the defensive zone for Woodbury. They're able to figure out different ways to get these the face-offs, and then not only win the face-offs, but fight their way out of the zone with it. And it's been an impressive job, Chad, as I was saying. Like those defensive zone draws, which there have obviously been plenty so far for Woodbury. They just dominated, which that's translated to some really good scoring opportunities on the other side.
Yeah, quick transition after winning those faceoffs.
Leighton Road not playing. If you're just joining us, he is fine. He is healthy. He is just the victim of a very, very strict but wonderful organization that we have zero complaints about.
That's a great way to put it.
We love the Minnesota State High School League. Who doesn't? Thanks to Brian Peliquin, the White Bear Lake Schools, all that for inviting us to do this wonderful hockey game tonight. Thank you for tuning in wherever you are watching us from here. We are thrilled to bring you the end of year 9 on the horn. From what we understand, it's all exclusive the rest of the way, but who knows what will happen. And Prior Lake and Chanhassen, Chad, 2-0 Prior Lake after one.
Wow. I saw a weird score in Class A. Number 1 in Section 5A, Monticello tied 1-1 with Moore and Malacca. Could we see a 1-8 upset?
Love the shine down from Alex Westad, who doesn't. Don't worry about it. It's funny, Chad, because of the smaller grandstand on the other side of the ice. The Woodbury stand looks more filled than White Bear Lakes does, but that's just because we have more real estate over here. But I would say, honestly, the better view of the game is on the other side of the ice.
Definitely. The Royals got a little bit of a student section going on over there, too. Haven't seen a lot of those this year.
Hold on, I'm sending a tweet. All right, let's do it. White Bear Lake, Woodbury, on the horn, home of White Bear Nation. Chad Olson is with me. I'm Zach Halverson. Gabe Bartlett's running a camera. Zach Chapman's running everything else. And we're back underway for the middle frame. Woodbury Royals in front, trying for an early second period goal, and Kalesa almost had it there, Chad. That was a golden opportunity right off the bat, and you know, the Royals just coming out firing. They've got nothing to lose here, and they're playing like it.
That's for sure.
Collision at neutral ice. Good hit put on by Brady Borgstad. The play continues in front of the Woodbury bench. Down the ice it goes, chasing after it. Here's Bishop. He'll move in. Bishop across, was knocked off the puck. Clean, apparently. And the pass in front is broken up by the Royals. Good play by Woodbury to stifle that opportunity.
Yeah, heck of a back check.
I'm wondering maybe they would, you know, from afar, drop a slash or something, but, you know, nothing doing. Then, you know, upon further review, it's had a clean play all through. The Royals have the puck. It's picked up here by Fotopoulos. He'll fight his way into the zone. He's knocked away from the puck by Hamstead. And down the ice the puck goes off the wall. Getting after it, here's Jackson Miller. Miller off the wall. Stolen away by Olson, but there was a hand that went up. A penalty called there, an offensive zone penalty, Chad. You can't take those in moments like this, and heading to the penalty box is going to be Ethan Murkey.
Yeah, as an assistant captain, you know Ethan knows better, but hopefully his teammates pick him up and are able to kill off this penalty.
Face off in the White Bear Lake zone. This power play coming into this evening for Woodbury, 8.5%. Jackson Miller to his left, gets it right back, plays pitch and catch with Kalesa, we'll call him Kalesa, to the corner, driving to the slot area, stolen away by the Bears. Hamstead backhands it out to center. Hamstead had a breakaway in this first power play for the Woodbury Royals, and has nearly made it 2-0 instead, or 2-1 rather. The Royals get it back in. Back out high for Jackson Miller. He'll fire a shot on the ice. Hits off a skate, goes to the corner. Knocked off the back wall. Grady Gallatin off the shelf, and down the ice it goes. 69 seconds to go in the power play for Woodbury. Behind the net, picked up here by Pelkey. Forward to Bradley. A shot, glove down, and then finding the rebound and just smothering it was Carlson and Derek Merrier. Another good chance for Woodbury.
Jackson Conan got that glove just in time, or Merrier was just hanging out right in front, ready to poke that rebound in, but Jackson Conan was able to stop him.
Off the drop, poked forward and then spinning and firing a shot. Great work by Pelkey, adjusting to the poke check, still tracking it down and getting a shot off. but Conan ready for the task, and then another shot from Pelkey is blocked, this time by Aiden Welch, and that puck squirts out to neutral ice, and then it's skated back in as the Royals look to regroup. Tarleton ridden hard into the wall by Welch. Great forecheck there, and then a pass intercepted by Kodatek, fighting his way through, and a knee swings out, and he knows it right away. Mason Pelkey goes to the penalty box. He's not too happy about it, but that will make it a 4-on-4 for 20 seconds before number 20 for the Bears makes his way back out on the ice, and Ethan Murky. But Chad, dangerous play whenever you see that, and was really started by a forecheck from Aiden Welch.
Right, and tripping on that play, but that can really turn bad quickly when you get two players colliding. He's lucky that neither of them got hurt on that play.
Bouncing puck, Royals able to get it out right away. A lot of open ice there for another 10 seconds. And the Royals get it deep. A chance, a shot, a save, a rebound, and a goal. Joey Muir scored it. And Jackson Conan not happy at all about it. I don't know if we'll get to see it again here. We'll take a look. And it's just a little bit after, so we just missed it there. But Chad, the officials giving an explanation, but just a tough one to give up there. 2-1 already now for Woodbury. 5 seconds to go in the 4-on-4. Officials talking it over. They're conferencing right now. That could be good news for the Bears.
Yeah, a lot of bodies up front. Couldn't really tell what happened.
And nothing changing there. The pom-poms are flying on the other side of the ice. And the worries on this side of the ice continue here for White Bear Lake, but they'll try to turn things around. Bad start to that. Logan Schwartzoff will send it in deep behind the goal. It's picked up by Joey Fratelloni. Fratelloni slides it to his right. Murky gains speed. He'll get it forward for Bishop. Bishop in front for Hamstead, but it was poked off his stick. And then following it up nicely is Charlie Olson, who tests Carlson. But unfortunately for Charlie, Camden passed that test and keeps us a 2-1 hockey game. 1 minute, 19 seconds to go in the power play now for White Bear Lake, which again entering this evening, Chad, 26.4%. The draw in the Bear zone. Murky off the draw, and he scores. Another power play goal for White Bear Lake. And it's 2-2.
Great job there by Ethan Murky just to skate out after that face-off, and he was able to find some room far side to tie this game up for the Bears.
Nailed that replay. Good job, Zach. And it's 2-2 with 13:03 to go in the second period. The power play opportunistic as always. Official doesn't like how that puck was dropped. We'll try that again. Face-off won this time by the Woodbury Royals. Long pass off the wall, goes into the White Bear Lake zone. O'Brien off the glass to the blue line, kept in briefly by the Royals, played forward here. Now in the front, top of the slot. It's played through and into the corner by Merrier. Grabbed by Cole Heller, knocked back behind. From corner to corner, it goes back to Merrier. Centering pass broken up by the Bears. It's stolen away and carried forward by Welch. Welch moves in, cuts to his right, goes to his right, shot Bishop, save. Carlson, rebound kicked out to the blue line, kept in nicely by Gallatin, played down low by Welch, now skated back out high across in the skates of O'Brien. He can't control it, he can't keep it in. Bears will have to regroup at neutral ice, which they do, and right back in comes White Bear Lake, and a quick wrister from the blue line by Borkstad is directed to the corner by Carlson. Royals trying to clear. Able to do so. They get it past their blue line, now past the red line. Still in his skates, forcing along is Merrier, but it's stolen away and then helped along and into the White Bear Lake end by Heather. The Bears try for a long pass that doesn't hit anybody's stick, and it goes for an icing. In a 2-2 game, 11:48 to go in period number 2. Section 4 AA quarterfinal action. Win or your season ends at 19 games.
So weird to think about.
Teams who go all the way will only play a 26, maybe a 27 game season. As, a very dangerous play there. Kept out of the goal nicely by Conan. If you play a play-in game and you somehow make it all the way to the state championship, I think you play 27. But other than that, most the 2 winning teams will play 26. Everybody else will play less. There is no consolation bracket at state this year, so nobody will be able to hang one of the prestigious consolation banners, the 6 that we have here, Chad.
I was gonna say, what's
the 5?
What's the point of even making state this year if we can't win the consolation tournament?
That's for sure. Oh man. We have 5 consolation banners and 1 1982 runner-up champion banner with the White Bear Lake Bear logo on it for some reason.
And the wrong colors.
Wrong colors. The Bears did not raise that banner. That was the Mariner Dolphins. And I never went to Mariner. In fact, it was gone well before I was around, but I'm bitter anyway. We just got to have Mariner night. Coming up next year, it's probably I think they went through 82, so we're coming up on an anniversary. Let's make it happen. Here, a chance for Hampstead. Fires a shot wide of the goal to the blue line, kept in. Another opportunity turned aside that time by the right pad of Carlson. Hampstead reversing direction nicely. Goes off the wall to Kodatek. Back out high for a Dom shot. His pass intercepted, and the other 21 on the ice. It's Joey Muir. Clears it down the ice for an icing. So certainly, Chad, the momentum starting to swing the White Bear Lake Bears way. And that's really, what you see a lot in these games where, and that's why Woodbury is in such a good position. They weren't going to get the majority of the opportunities. They never were, but you got to be more opportunistic when you do. And they've capitalized when the chances was there, whether it be, a weird fluttering shot on goal, or here's, by the way, Bishop with a great shot that was saved nicely by Carlson. But there was a weird play on goal that was disputed heavily by Conan, or a play off the official. You still have to beat a very good goaltender in Jackson Conan. They've been able to do it twice.
Yeah, just keep it close and hopefully the puck luck goes your way. Then you might come out with an upset.
Stillwater and Eastridge will be underway in just a little bit. You can watch that on the Horn Stillwater. No, you can't. I think you got to pay for that one.
You do.
Kodatek skates it across, dumps it deep. Behind the goal, it's picked up here by Fotopoulos. Fotopoulos out to neutral ice. Goes off the glove of Pelkey and into the zone come the Royals. Cleared out briefly and then fired toward the goal by Fotopoulos. Big collision away from the puck. And down the ice, Fratelloni can't find anyone. It goes for an icing instead. Reaching the midway point of regulation.
A dangerous play down there by Joey Fratelloni. Before that, he tipped the stick out of midair. Who knows where that's going? And the Bears are lucky it didn't end up in their own net.
O'Brien off the draw, rings it hard around the wall, goes to the blue line, but it's kept in by the Royals for its second effort, clears it out to center. Picked up by Tarleton and dumped in deep. Grabbed behind by Grady Gallatin. Looked like he was going right, instead he went left. And now McKenzie keeps it along forward. Nice job by Tyler McKenzie, fighting his way through neutral ice, but the Royals able to maneuver their way back into the White Bear Lake zone. A shot missing wide of the goal. Bounces around. Miller tracking it down for the Royals. Miller poking along the wall, stolen away by O'Brien. O'Brien off the glass to center. Picked up here by Schwartzoff. He rotates it right for Chapman, and Chapman gives it forward, and then it goes into the White Bear Lake end where it takes a weird bounce off the boards. Another fortunate hop for the Royals. Chance from the corner, broken up by White Bear Lake. Good job there, getting a stick in the way of it was Nicky O'Brien, and now comes Hampstead into the zone now to the corner, puts a body on a player as the loose puck is picked up by Woodbury and skated right back out. Gordon tiptoes along the blue line, fires it down deep. Back to grab it is Eli Anderson. Up in the air, bounces down. To the blue line it goes, and not across. Royals doing a good job at the line, keeping it in. Not there though, and here come the Bears. Hampstead, right side. Nice moves here, drop pass from Murky. Murky fires a shot that's blocked. It went right into Schwartzoff, and Schwartzoff will skate it to the red line. He lost it on the exchange. Murky at the end of the shift will skate it back in. He'll slide in on the left corner. He turns around, goes backwards here for Anderson. Goes to his right, a shot from the blue line. A weird hop off the back wall. The net's off the moorings, and that stops the Bears in their tracks. And just an unfortunate net off moorings there, Chad. The Bears were buzzing and didn't have an opportunity for a chance to finish.
Yeah, Hampstead somehow had a great opportunity from behind the net, just unable to get that bounce.
7.5 to go, period number 2. We are knotted at 2 apiece. With Chad Olson, I'm Zach Halverson. Draw one by the Bears. Fratelloni with a shot turned away. Rebound loose in the crease. Still loose. There's the whistle, and it was never really covered up, but official lost sight of it. He shakes his head. Oops. And
yeah, just not in the good enough position to see the puck out there. I don't blame him.
No, not at all. So the Bears threatening again. Momentum has swung their way again. Royals had a good job, though, of stopping that when the going gets tough. As it's cleared down the ice and into the Woodbury zone. Clearing attempt broken up nicely by Borgstad. Back to the blue line, kept in. Fratelloni goes across. Kodatek gets it back to Fratelloni. Fratelloni fires a shot that's blocked, hits a shin pad. Clearing attempt stopped by Fratelloni. Now to Kodatek. Kodatek goes from left to right across the zone in the direction of Borgstad. Couldn't connect, and now it comes free here for the Royals. Moyer with a diving effort. They go sliding hard into the wall.
His shoulder
Moyer
went
is
right
shaken
in
up.
there.
He gets back up, and he'll get to the bench as the puck is played back into the White Bear Lake end. Long pass, hits a couple of skates, goes down the ice and into the White Bear Lake end. Drop back here for Pelkey. Pelkey sends it on goal. Conan makes a save, a diving effort put on by Borgstad as he's able to clear it down the ice. At neutral zone, it's played back in by the Royals. They'll work it in on the right side. It's Fotopoulos. Hit hard. Now a centering attempt broken up by Conan, and he'll cover up with 6:08 to go, period number 2. That was a very intense sequence of events on both sides of the ice, Chad. And I mean, you gotta love how Woodbury is playing White Bear Lake right now. They're just doing something right here.
Yeah, blocking shots, taking advantage of their opportunities. They got the Bears back on their heels a little bit right now.
And there's been moments there. There's some glimmers of hope for the Bears, and they've been playing well, and then somehow, some way, Royals fight their way right back. Brady Gallatin muscled hard into the Zamboni garage area. Swung around the wall for Tyler McKenzie. He'll drop it back. He'll snap it back, really.
What a catch.
And a great catch by a Woodbury student section person. It was pushed back to O'Brien, and I don't know, he was trying for the long ball there and hit a stick instead, went into the stands. And We'll see what the Bears can do off this draw. Charlie Olson will send it deep. He played, had a great game so far. 2 goals and 4 assists all year, and he's been very close a couple times to getting on the postseason scoreboard. Into the zone come the Royals. Chance across, dropping down and stopping the pass nicely was O'Brien. Nicky O'Brien might have saved a goal there, as he really did a great job stopping that opportunity before it happened. Here's Hamstead. He'll slide it to his right for Murky. Goes all the way through. Olsen hit hard into the wall, and he is shaken up, and that is not a good sight to see. He is still down on the ice. And the trainer looking on here, and my goodness. I hope it's just breath, the breath knocked out of him or something. But
Yeah.
up to a knee. Taking their time, and that's I don't know what, I mean, we can't really speculate up here.
Looks like it might have just been the wind knocked out of him. We'll see how he is. Obviously, you hope there's not a concussion or anything that we can't tell.
The way the hit was delivered, I mean, it's definitely I would say it's a reasonable explanation. I hope it is, at least. And the trainer heading back over now to the bench, so we will keep an eye on Charlie Olson, who, again, we were just praising that moments before. Into the zone come the Bears. Slow spring in their step, and pass just misses Caden Anderson's stick. Or make that Eli Anderson.
A little miscommunication there.
And Eli Anderson will fire it forward. Out comes the zone. Big slash on Bishop. No call. Bishop continuing here. Entering the zone. It's picked up by Welch. Welch skates it back to the blue line. Slides it to his right. Here's Domshot with a shot that's blocked in front. Turning and firing another wrister on the the slapper on the rebound was Brady Borgstad, but making the save was Camden Carlson.
Camden Carlson has been really great with his rebound control tonight for the Royals, not letting the Bears get those second chances.
Royals out with it, but nice job by Kodatek forcing it on goal. And making a save is Camden Carlson. Under 4 to go in the second. If you're Woodbury, you're very, very pleased. If you're White Bear Lake, you're probably concerned.
Definitely.
Not worried, not scared, but concerned.
And Charlie Olson is back out there to take this draw.
Good to see. Murky in the corner. Knocked off the wall to the blue line. Hamstead, nice back check, slides it forward, now gives it to Murky. Murky, nice moves, fires a shot, gloved by Camden Carlson. 3.5 to go. We'll play the second half of that interview with head coach Tim Sagar coming up in the intermission. Chance here, Hamstead across, Fratelloni with a shot, hits a stick, goes into the netting behind. I don't know how there are so many bodies between us and Carlson.
Yeah.
But I all of a sudden look back at Carlson and he's like laying down on his back. He has stopped 18 of 20 White Bear Lake shots so far. Conan has stopped 13 of 15. Puck knocked to center ice. Kodatek spinning and firing pass to his left. Returned to the White Bear Lake blue line. He'll try to his right now, does Kodatek. Finds Murky. Murky fires a shot, blocker save. Hamstead looking at it. Rebound. It's kicked. The net is kicked off the moorings. Ugh.
Just blatant.
Can't even blame him though. This place, it's too darn easy.
Yep.
And it's been a problem every single year.
And it's never been fixed.
Why would? They got the walls painted though, so that's
Thank goodness.
Because I'll tell you, if there's one complaint I had about this place, there wasn't enough gray. 3:03 to go. TCO Sports Garden. The White Bear Lake girls team has since moved on back to the White Bear Lake Sports Center. The boys continue to play here. And they have the puck. Nicky O'Brien crosses the line and dumps it in. Going into the
Now they
boards
call something.
awkwardly and
A little delayed call.
putting the hand up there. Tyler Bishop drawing the call. Heading to the penalty box will be captain of the Woodbury Royals, Ben Tarleton, and Chad Bishop getting up slowly. Went very awkwardly into the wall, and fans who could not see it at all are booing and complaining to the officials wildly. .244 left in period number 2. The Bears are 2 for 2 so far in the power play. They're going to go for 3 for 3. Royals trying to match lines, but they're the lower seed, therefore the road team, and therefore they can't do that, Chad. Fratelloni off the power on the power play fires a shot, hits a body in front. Clearing attempt goes off of Fratelloni's body. It does just escape the zone, but doesn't go all the way down, so Hamstead will give it back to Fratelloni. Fratelloni has some speed, enters the zone left side, looks to center, hits some skates, goes back to his stick, and Fratelloni will go out the wall this time to Murky. Murky back to Fratelloni. A pass in front, pinballed around, went toward the goal, but making the save was Carlson, not really trying to, just happened to be at the right place at the right time as the Royals able to clear it down the ice. 2 minutes ago, period number 2, 1:13 to go in the power play. Here comes White Bear Lake. Chance, right side shot, blocker, and it did beat Carlson, but he got enough of a piece of it to direct it just wide of the goal. Chad, that hit the side of the cage. Here come the Royals shorthanded. Shot off the side of that cage.
Fooling parents on both sides of the stands.
Whistle blown. I don't know if the net's off the moorings. Did the puck knock the net off the mooring?
That's sad if it did.
There's a reason. I mean, it probably was Conan. But there's a good enough chance because it was that post. We got to get that fixed.
Get out there and fix it.
Well, when I win in the lottery, Zach Halverson Arena is going to have some really good moorings, all right? That's the first thing when I tell the architect. What are they doing? When does it become delay of game?
Seriously.
Why is there only 3 guys? Am I missing a 4th? Oh, there's what?
What
is going on? All
I'm so
right.
confused.
I think we're back to normal now, but that was way too long.
Yeah.
Here come the Bears, 30 seconds to go in the power play. Nice moves there by Welch, but his pass intercepted and sent down the ice by the Royals.
Yeah, before that, Welch had Borgstead on the front door, just unfortunately didn't see him in time.
Into the zone again, the puck goes. Royals trying to clear, stopped up by the Bears. Behind the goal, sent back out high. Borgstad to his right to O'Brien. Penalty coming to a close here for the Royals, and on the conclusion of that, another power play shot there for the Bears, but that's denied, and the first penalty kill now for the Royals so far. About a half a minute to go in the first period or second period. A chance from the blue line. The shot is blocked. It goes to the corner. Battle continues down there with Aiden Welch pinned up against the wall. Trying to come down and help is Brady Borgstad. He will help, but his pass skipped the stick of Tanner Domscheit, who has to come all the way back in his own end to defend it. He battles there with Dylan Chapman. 10 seconds to go. Puck is taken free and flipped up the ice by Hamstead. It bounces down. Breakaway at the buzzer here for Bishop, who finds Murky, but unfortunately the horn came too soon.
Just need a little bit more time.
We're all going to want a little bit more time, aren't we?
Amen.
Well, we have 17 more minutes of regulation hockey, and we'll see if that decides it. If not, continuous OT, and we'll be here all night if we have to. Hopefully that's not the case. 2-2 after 2. Chad, your thoughts on the first 34 minutes of regulation?
Yeah, definitely a great game being played by the Woodbury Royals. They're taking advantage of those chances they're getting, and the Bears just kind of need to wake up a little bit. There's spurts where they play good, but other than that, not a great first two periods from the Bears, but luckily to be tied going in the third period, and anything can happen.
We'll see how these coaches, these veteran coaches, get their teams prepared for what should be a thrilling third period. We're thankful you are with us here on the Horn. We played the first half of this interview in the first intermission. We're going to play the second half of it here now as we talked to Tim Sagar yesterday afternoon before the Bears' final practice before this Section 4 AA tilt. Again, he talks about how you really never know what to expect. You have to expect the unexpected. And it's been all sorts of unexpected happenings tonight. And here is what head coach Tim Sagar had to say to me yesterday afternoon.
You mentioned kind of the adjustment period to the new protocols, and if you look at your record at the beginning of the season, and you had a lot of close games, and you had a big loss to Cretin, but then something seemed to change. Obviously, the addition of Leighton helped, but it seemed like there was more of a shift in this team to go from edging out a Woodbury team to then beating them 9-1 a few weeks ago. What changed with the squad?
Well, there's no recipe for experience. Getting out there and understanding your systems, how fast the game is, and I mean, you were here and went from being part of trying out for this and skating to junior gold to what you did, and people don't understand. You can be we could have a top end Bantam team, and if they're sitting 6 rows up, it's so different. How fast this game really is at ice level, and I think us getting to know one another back again after being at home and distance learning, to getting our legs under us, to getting back into a really good shape, and kids applying the system, understanding the system, what their role is. Because early on, Cretin, we were tight with them for 2 periods, and then they just blew us out the third period. It was, thank goodness for Jackson Conan, because he stood on his head and he still gave up 7. We gave up 7. We weren't good in front of them. And other games, just figuring out, owning your own game, getting better at your own game every day, practicing hard every day. And all of a sudden I'm looking up and we've got 5 shutouts on the year, you know, and our goalies have done a nice job, both Torrin and Jackson, and we got better at the analytical part of the game with playing our systems the correct way. You know, that we can't play racehorse hockey. We've got to be able to not, you know, limit teams to not outmanning us on rushes. And boy, the first few times I thought it was pom pull away, that we were down at the old playgrounds, and it was like, who's going to get to 20, you know? So I think that's a lot, Zach, that that they came together and started learning how to play. And like I said, we've had 10 of them that were jumping up from JV last year that never dressed for a varsity game. So, you know, working through that whole thing.
2 more quick questions here, and then I'll let you go. Start with, you talked about community, and you look at just the amount of same last names you see year after year. You come in, now you got Max Hamstead performing very, very well. Can you talk a little bit about the family affair, Aiden Welch, of course, and others that this community has brought to the ice?
Well, this goes way back before me. I mean, these goes back to Coach Simpson, Coach Schwartz. You know, the roads have been around, and you know, I can't believe it's been over 10 years already with the Welshes, and you know, just I mean, it is. It's people stay here. People love this community. The pride that goes into that bear paw that we mentioned before about pulling that jersey over your head, that you're playing for the community. You're playing for, you know, that mini mite and that Mike coach that got up on a Saturday or Sunday morning, and you're giving back to that program now. And, you know, you're playing for those guys, and the way you play is basically a thank you to them, because they're helping laying that foundation down to help you become the player you can. So, yeah, I mean, year after year after year, it seems like if we skip a few and so on and so forth, I mean, you know, we just went through, what was it, 8, 9 years of the new powers. Mm-hmm. You know, I mean, it's crazy, you know, and you see these people year after year, you know, you bump in at a restaurant and you bump into the McCozaks or the Morissettes or somebody, and they're talking about, God, that was awesome, coach, and stuff. And so, yeah, it's a special program, and it's a special community.
And finally, you talk about this community, and the nice thing is you have a rink in the area here at TCO Sports Garden, and you get to play in it at least through the semifinals this year with the way the section tournament is seeded and worked out. What do you know when you look at how this tournament compares to the rest, when normally you go neutral site, quote unquote neutral, right, with Aldridge? What does the changes mean for your program, and how nice is it to be able to use, especially for this section quarterfinal and perhaps semifinal, being able to be in your own locker room and on your own ice?
You know, that's been a debate for a long time since we, you know, went from the Coliseum to Aldridge with, you know, does Hill have all this pull over everybody else because they play there and so on and so forth? And you and I have had this discussion before, you know, if that's going to win them a game, you're mentally soft as a team. Just go play. If you got to play them out in the parking lot, wherever it is, no matter who it is. But it's really nice to be in your own locker room. It's a year-long journey this year, you know, to earn that. The kids knew that. That, you know, if the higher we can get seated, the longer we have the opportunity to stay here at home. I know Woodbury will be ready for us tomorrow. Coach Bolin does a great job. You know, I mean, after, you know, a few years back when we played them, they stood 5 guys out at center ice and waited for us to turn the puck over. Other years they came with, you know, 3 hard, you know. So, you know, we've been discussing this since last week or since Monday about just, hey, you got to be ready, you know. And you can't come in and not say, oh, I didn't think they were going to do that. I've already put that in your mind that you got to be ready for everything. You don't know what's coming. And, you know, nothing's changed for us this last week and a half. I mean, we got done early. We were done a week ago Monday. We've been getting some good skating in. We gave them 2 or 3 days off at the end of last week to just get away from it for a little bit, get mentally fresh, let the body heal up a little bit. And we're excited for our opportunity. It's going to be a lot of fun, especially with an old guy like me that's been around it a long time, to see how these young guys do. To see how do they handle the pressure. Is it just another game? Do they start squeezing their stick? And you and I both know that this year with COVID, with having very few people in the rink, it's way different than having a full house over at Aldridge, and when you're packed and you're walking through things. So, but it's going to be an exciting time for the boys, and like I said, to be at home here and get after it. We know every bounce in this rink, and it's just a matter of executing and outworking your opponent.
Welcome back to, where are we? TCO Sports Garden. Just saw Gabe going right in front of the camera like a boss. And
full crew tonight, folks.
Yeah, that's why the score has been mostly correct on the screen. I'm not in charge of about 17 different things. Welcome back, Chad. The Bears and the Royals tied after 2, and it's just been tough going for White Bear Lake. The Woodbury Royals are playing a very good brand of hockey, and you got to credit that. I mean, that coaching staff there, Wes Bolin, has just led the Royals to a very fascinating and very hard-fought effort. The Bears have not lost a quarterfinal in the section since 2016-2017. Before that, the infamous Jay Dickman game with St. Paul Johnson. But it's not very familiar territory for White Bear Lake, though. That's not to say that, I mean, some of them have been blowouts for sure in the quarterfinals, but not all of them. And in a crazy year like this, when you lose your arguably your best player with your senior captain at the end of the regular season due to things that are really dumb and stuff, and adults not being flexible at all and just understanding the situation and just letting a kid do what he wants to do and play the game he loves. It's tough, but you run into the Royals like this and you have that familiarity, they can game plan pretty well against you.
That's for sure. We talked in the pregame how these two matchups this year were a story of two different stories. You had that 3-2 game on this ice earlier in the season, so maybe it's just something with the Bears playing Woodbury here that they can't get going. Maybe we should have had this game at Bolinburg. Healthy Sports Center or whatever it is now.
Yeah. Maybe we should have. The score is 2-2. The shots on goal favor the White Bear Lake Bears by 23-15. The Bears are 2 for 3 on the power play. The Woodbury Royals are 0 for 2 on the power play. Bears have 4 minutes of penalties on 2 infractions. The Woodbury Royals have 6 minutes of penalties on 3 infractions. The goals go to Nicholas Bradley at the 1:22 mark of the first period, assisted by Mason Pelkey, Chris Fotopoulos, and the official. Max Hampstead scored about 5 minutes after, assisted Charlie Olson and Ethan Murky. Joey Muir got a goal for the Woodbury Royals at the 3.5 mark, and then 30 seconds later, Ethan Murky responded to make it 2-2 on the power play. We head to the third period. The team's making their way out on to the ice.
Welcome to the jungle, folks. We're ready for an exciting third period. Not an exciting game is Lakeville South 12, Rochester John Marshall 0 after 2 periods.
Yikes. Here we go. Chad, who does it, if you're Woodbury and you want to win the game, who does it start with?
I think it starts with the goaltender, just keeping in it and hope for it to spring one of those forwards and get a bounce.
If you're White Bear Lake and you want to win this hockey game, who does it start with?
These forwards just need to start getting some more high chances. They need to get the puck closer to the net. A lot of perimeter shots, and just need to be able to connect better on their passes.
That was Who Does It Start With Chad Olson on the horn.
It's trademark.
Royals win another face-off. They have been so good in that face-off circle all evening long, and they're able to dump it in deep behind the White Bear Lake goal, picked up by Woodbury as they work it around the wall. Bears steal it away. Ethan Murky gains the line, dumps it in deep. Goes from the red line to the corner. Battle continues down there. Behind the goal, picked up by the stick of Craig Gordon. Gordon continues it forward. Turned around here by the Bears, fired on goal by Tyler Bishop. Making the save is Camden Carlson. 37 seconds.
Coach Sagar switching the lines up a little bit in this third period, having Murky, Bishop, and Hampstead, and putting Charlie Olson with Brady Borgstead and Aiden Welch, an all-sophomore line.
Another face-off win for the Woodbury Royals. They get it onto center ice. And at the red line, spinning and firing it in, was Nicholas Bradley, one of the goal scorers here this evening. Up in the air. Puck comes down, picked up by O'Brien. He'll slide it to his right for Gallatin. Gallatin goes back to his left, and into the crowd it goes, just avoiding some fans there. Hope everybody's okay across the ice. Neutral zone draw coming up. Draw one by the Bears. Battle continues here. Eli Anderson lost it. Centering pass for the Royals, broken up by White Bear Lake. They get it out to center. Here's Aiden Welch fighting off a man. Got it over for Eli Anderson. Flip forward in the Woodbury zone. Grabbing it here will be Jackson Miller. Miller fought it free, giving it over for Dylan Chapman. Chapman flips it up in the air to center, connects, and now a breakaway for Muir. Muir moving in, a cross shot, score! The Royals take a 3-2 lead, a breakaway goal for Muir. And the Bears are in trouble.
Beautiful hands by Joey Muir on that breakaway, able to get Conan moving and put it in the back of the net.
So the Royals now on upset alert. The Bears trying to prevent it. Draw one by the Bears. Fratelloni lost it as he got to the red line. Trying to help it along as Kotzmacher brought down in the process. Fratelloni slides it to his left for Kodatek. Kodatek's cross-ice pass does eventually get to Kotzmacher, but he's hit hard away from the puck, and here's Schuyler moving it in for the Royals. He lost it. Back comes the Bears. Tyler McKenzie working his way in, goes to his right. Kotzmacher blows a tire, gets back up. Backhand shot and a save there. That was almost a dandy of a play for Kotzmacher, but he couldn't get it past Carlson. But he kept with it very nicely. Bears come back. They'll send it down the ice, taken off the stick of Tyler McKenzie. Schwartzoff will send it back to neutral ice. Gordon handles it. Is hit up hard into the wall. Grady Gallatin skates it behind the goal. Backhands it up to his right. Play stopped there. Turned back the other way by Gordon. Gordon driven hard into the wall by Brooks. The Royals come away with the puck. Hampstead to his left. Takes a hit as he got rid of the puck. Gallatin will skate it behind his goal. Sends it behind him for O'Brien. O'Brien flips it high in the air. That takes a Royals bounce as it flutters to the goal line, and the icing is called. And the round of applause continue here from the Woodbury Royals fans. Very happy to see what they are seeing. Their team ahead.
Not so much on the Whitefield Lake side.
Not quite. Draw one by Woodbury. They knock it behind the goal. Kodatek has it. Curls back behind the goal. Gives it to Murky. Murky let it go, and then the puck goes up in the air and into the stands.
Another good catch.
Fans have to be ready out here. Let's just be honest.
Yep.
By the way, face-off wins for Woodbury 27-21. Feels like that lead should be more.
I was just going to say, I'm surprised it's that close.
Bears cut it back to 27-22 with that draw one. Hampstead hit up into the wall. Puck stolen away by the Royals. They have it here, bouncing puck. Tracked down and sent back deep by Tanner Domshot. Hampstead trying to get there first. One hands it around. Stolen back by the Royals. Come to help out down there is Murky. Murky gets it down low. Nice stick save here by Carlson as he directs it to the corner. Murky looking after it here. Had it stolen away. Out come the Royals. Picked up by Ethan Hansen to his right. Centering attempt. Pushed to the outside by White Bear Lake. Gerlach has it. Sent it to the corner. Stolen away by Domshot. He'll flip it to center. Ben Tarleton picks it up for the Royals. They regroup. He'll go from right to left across his zone. Now through neutral ice, and in comes Tarleton. Nice moves here, but it's thwarted nicely as the puck is cleared out to center ice, and then a retaliation not called there by Tarleton. Here's the Bears now, though, moving their way in. A shot finds its way through, bounces around, still loose. There's the whistle. And some pushing and shoving after the whistle. But this game getting a little bit more chippy, Chad, as the players, I don't know if they're adjusting to the fact that they imagine the officials aren't going to be as strict in this third period. But there's definitely some extra pushing. And
oh yeah, we saw that Moundsview and
chippiness.
Roseville game get pretty feisty in the third period.
Playoff hockey at its finest. Royals win the draw. They try to clear. They're able to do so. And carrying it back in was Aiden Welch. And he brought it in offside. 12-12 to go. Period 3. Woodbury 3. White Bear Lakes 2. Bears lead in shots 27-16. Camden Carlson has done exactly what you want a goaltender to do. He hasn't made any flashy saves, but he's made the saves he's needed to make. Into the zone comes Borgstad to his right. Olsen tried to center, did so, but it's intercepted by Woodbury, and they get it out. And Miller crossing the red line will just jab it into the White Bear Lake end. Royals keep the pressure going here in front of the White Bear Lake bench. Bears clear it back out. It's given around by Myers-Beck. He'll slide it to his right for Schwartzoff. Schwartzoff gains the line, sends it deep. Along the wall there, played by Conan. Back out to center. Open ice hit put on by Pelkey. Puck comes free to Tarleton. Tarleton rotates it right here for Chapman. And then Chapman gains the line, but couldn't dump it in. Bears tail it right back, and they'll work it in. Nice moves here entering the zone by Tyler McKenzie, but more nice moves here by 11. That's Chris Fotopoulos. He goes to his right, and a hard snapper stopped by Conan with 11:09 to go in the third. Chad, plenty of time, but man, if you're Woodbury, that clock is going very, very slow, and if you're White Bear Lake, that clock moving very, very fast.
That's for sure.
Draw one by the Bears. Kodatek swings it around the wall for Hampstead. Hampstead works it forward for Bishop, and into the zone comes Murky. Murky back in the direction of Bishop, but it hit a skate instead. Goes to Hampstead's stick, who skates it down low. Had it knocked away from his possession. And coming across here is Gerlach. He'll try to clear, but he can't. Bishop goes to his left, goes all the way through to Kodatek. Kodatek adjusts and sends it down low for Murky. Murky got it right out in front. Chance for the Bears. Across. Hampstead with a shot and a save for Carlson.
A little bit of sustained pressure there by the Bears. Hopefully they can build on that and get a tying goal.
Royals off the draw. Schwartz off. Skating it to the red line. Poked off his stick. Trying to get it back, can't do so. Tyler Bishop, they say Hampstead was offside. Ten and a half to go. Shot missing wide of the goal, picked up by O'Brien. Fired wide. And out come the Royals. Here's Heather. His shot blocked. Bears come away with it. Picked up by Borgstad. Borgstad moving in. Shot wide of the goal. Bounces down. Back out high for Dom shot. They'll play the puck through the slot area. Bounces around. O'Brien steps up, keeps it in. Second effort good though for the Royals, and they'll work it down the ice. Pass across here, just out of the reach of Heather. He'll get it back behind the White Bear Lake goal. Given over for Kaliza, who sends it out in front. Cleared out and into the stands again. The fans here, Chad, watch out for flying pucks.
They're watching too.
Game started out concerning for the Bears. It was a bad bounce. But one thing you have to be, ready for. But the Royals keeping the pressure going. Shot blocked in front. Anthony Brooks comes away with it. Brooks works his way in. Fires a shot. Turned away by Carlson. Rebound to the corner. Worked around. Fratellone picks it up. Goes from right to left. Finds Kodatek, who fires a shot off a body. Clearing attempt off the glass, goes down the ice, and it will just barely go for an icing. It wasn't looking too good for a moment there, but that does not spell good news there for future clearing attempts, Chad, which you imagine the Woodbury Royals will do.
Right.
It might be a little bit easier to clear if you can not have an icing every time. Here's Hampstead in front, tried for a one-timer, did Murky, but just couldn't get a handle on it. And out comes Bradley, entering the zone, offside. It, when I was here for the Forest Lake game, I didn't wear a coat much at all. It was fairly warm in here. They don't got the heaters on. I'm cold.
They only have the heaters on during the intermission, it seemed like.
Weird. Royals win the draw. They send it deep into the Bears' end. It takes a funny hop off the back wall, picked up along the side of the cage, and worked hard off the glass by Kodatek. Along the blue line, jammed back by the Royals and into the Bears zone it goes. Fratellone plays it along. Hampstead down there, trying to poke it forward, can't do so. Now it's Bishop. Bishop gets it just inside the Royal end, goes back here for Murky. Murky goes to Hampstead, who was interfered with clearly on the play. No call made, and it's cleared down the ice for a Woodbury icing. But that, Chad Hampstead had a clear route to the net, and it looked like
Sure
he
looked
was
like
held
it.
up
Yeah.
somewhat. It would have been a good penalty to take, quite frankly. But
True.
8:09 to go in the third period. Bears register their 30th shot on goal of the hockey game. Still down where it counts, so 3-2. Off the draw, shot blocked. To the corner it goes. Down there is Welch. Coming away and firing a shot was Olsen, and making the save is Carlson. Charlie Olsen, Chad. He had the puck for about a split second, sent one 5-hole, and somehow catching up with it was Carlson.
Yeah, it definitely caught Carlson off guard.
Olsen spinning, firing another shot on Carlson. He'll smother it once more.
Bears starting to win the offensive faceoffs, which they're going to need to do if they want to come back in this game.
Desperately need those face-off wins. And good job by Aiden Welch, forcing it back behind. Now battle continues in the corner, goes from corner to corner. Stepping up is O'Brien. O'Brien goes backwards here for Borgstad, who fires a shot. Bodies collide all over the place in front. On the ice is Carlson, the goaltender, and he's getting up slowly. Does get back up and will handle his stick, but the Bears skated in offside, and in part of that collision too, in addition of Carlson getting up slowly, Welch looked like he was a little tender there, getting back to neutral ice.
Yeah, the Woodbury defenseman just put Aiden Welch on top of his own goaltender.
Not the smartest thing to do.
No. Woodbury fans didn't see that their own player did it and wanted a penalty, but
Draw one by the Royals. D pass, now off the wall. Bears just looking for a miscue, a mistake, something to take advantage of here. But the Royals playing a good third period so far. 7:12 to go. Third period, Fotopoulos had it poked off his stick. Gets to the blue line, and then he must have caught a piece of the White Bear Lake bench or something. That stopped play.
second period just starting between Stillwater and Eastridge with the Ponies leading 1-0.
Dakota Tech hard around the wall. Up to Hamstead. Knocked back for Dakota Tech. Behind that cage, nice backhander to his left. Slid forward to Hamstead. Hamstead working it in. Got it over for Murky, but couldn't connect, and Royals steal it back for a moment. Forced back in by Domshot. Domshot sends it to the half wall. Continued along by Bishop. He'll stop up. Now slides it back behind for Hamstead to track down. Hamstead working along that perimeter. Royals steal it away. They clear it out. 6.5 to go in the third. Time a major factor now for the Bears. Slid across to Miller. Out for the Royals. In comes Gordon. Gordon had the puck stolen away by Fratellone. Fratellone cuts from right to left. Given to Dakota Tech. Now slid along for Welch. Welch works it in for Olsen. Olsen pinned up against the wall. That loose change grabbed by the Royals. They clear it out to neutral ice. O'Brien will pick it up for White Bear Lake. Now grabbed here by Woodbury. They knock it and they'll dump it in deep, and every dump in, every clear, music to the ears of the Woodbury Royals, looking to extend their season another game and have a battle here against Mounds View right back here at TCO Sports Garden. Bears looking to fight their way back into this one. It's Olsen fighting his way through. Looks to the outside with it, knocked off his stick. Royals try to clear it, hits off a body. Picked up and sent down the ice well before the red line. That resulted in icing, and 5:08 to go in the third, and Chad, you just wonder what happened to that great offense we've seen for so many. I mean, this team, White Bear beat this same Woodbury team a few weeks ago 9-1. Face off. Push to the slot area, picked up by Miller, worked to his right, and out come the Royals. Cole Heather on goal, making the save, Jackson Conan. Hasn't had to do much work here in the third. A lot of energy on the visiting stands here at TCO Sports Garden. Bears win the face-off. They swing it hard around the wall, just out of the reach of Murky, but he tracks it down, gives it forward for Hampstead. Hampstead moving in, fires a shot. That's turned away and covered up by Carlson. That front of the goal area there, Chad, just clogged up so nicely. The Bears just unable to do much of anything with it. Bears keep it in. A shot turned away. Rebound loose in the slot. Pushed just wide of the goal and cleared out by the Royals. Kept in, however, by Kodatek. He slides it across for Domshot. He'll fire another opportunity. This time it goes into the glove of Carlson, but some of the best scoring opportunities of the entire period there for White Bear Lake. Things starting to look up, Chad, but the problem is that's not enough.
That chance there, Max Hampstead just trying to cradle that puck around that pad and just lost it a little bit before he could hit it into the open net.
Royals able to send it down the ice, and that will be an icing. 4:21 to go in the third. Draw one back by the Royals. Gerlach sends it around the wall. They're able to clear to center. Back to pick up here is Domshot. He'll send it back deep. The race is on for that puck behind. Bears do win that race. Brooks tried to center, hit the side of the cage instead, and then it's cleared out of play and just missed the head of somebody.
It hit his head off.
Oh my goodness. It hit the, I mean.
We're not talking a baseball hat. We're talking a winter hat that's like tied around the head.
Hit the ball. I think
the little palm.
The palm on the, a lot of palms over there. So 4 minutes exactly remain.
This kid was lined up on the opposite face-off.
Draw push to the corner. Royals looking for a way out. O'Brien steps up, got it forward, but it's stolen right back by Woodbury. Gerlach makes his way, gives it over to his right, and it's dumped in off the stick of Kulesa. Bears back to pick up here. They break it out immediately. Worked forward for Olsen. Goes off the wall, tried to go back to himself, but winning that race was Gerlach. Olsen steals it right back, however. He's trying to battle two Woodbury Royals down there. Trying to help out is Aiden Welch. Puck stolen away by the Royals, and they'll ice it.
It's going to be a lot of that in these last 3 minutes.
We will keep an eye on Jackson Conan. Probably still about a minute and a half away from head coach Tim Sagar pulling the trigger, but be interesting to see what the Bears can do with a man advantage, even though with the empty net. Fratellone, shot, blocked, bounces around. Kodatek off the wall to the corner. Hampstead, nice curl behind the goal with it to Murky. Back out high, and then a miscue from Fratellone sends the puck back to neutral ice. And the Royals come away with it here, but it's pickpocketed by Hamstead, who goes to his left for Murky. Murky on his backhand with a shot, crashes the net. It's saved by Carlson, but he took a heavy hit, and the net goes flying off the moorings. And Carlson looks shaken up here, Chad.
Poor kid's getting beat up in this period.
36 White Bear Lake shots. And Carlson shaking it off. It would take a fair amount, Chad, I would imagine. But he's still trying to loosen something up there. And
yeah, you can definitely tell he's in pain. Now they're going to move it out of the zone.
I'm not sure exactly why. I guess they're saying that because he caused the much argument from Coach Sagar.
Nope.
Face off at neutral ice. Dribbles around on its edge. Helped in by Kodatek. Hamstead getting down there first, trying to keep the season going for White Bear Lake. Finds Murky. Murky fires a shot through the crease, goes past Kodatek, back to Fratellone, who goes back to Kodatek. Kodatek down low for Hamstead. Hamstead gets it around, goes back here for Bishop. Bishop along the corner. That's stolen away by the Royals. Murky down low, chance for Hamstead, shot, score! Walked right out the front door. And the birthday boy ties the game up with 2:17 to go in the third.
Tons of chances for Max Hamstead in this game, and he finally gets one to go. Just walking out front and able to beat Carlson to tie this game up.
Bears win the face-off. They work it in. Rising puck bounces, finds its way to the ice. Push forward, chance, shot off the post, rebound. What a play for Olsen, but he can't finish. Found the iron, and he couldn't get the rebound. I'm not quite certain what happened there. Regardless, we play on. 105 seconds to go in the third. Here come the Bears again. Left side, Welch in front, still loose. Battle goes to the corner. Spinning and firing the puck around was Tarleton. Kept in and forced down low nicely by O'Brien. Stolen back by the Royals. They ice it down with 85 seconds to go. Another face-off coming up. The Bears don't want to see OT. They want to end it here.
A lot of momentum for the Bears. Let's see if they can end it in regulation.
How Olsen didn't finish. And I want to maybe give Carlson credit, not only obviously for the first save, but he might have got a piece of the rebound, just not enough of it on the diving effort. Off the draw, Hamstead looking for the Hattie, but can't get it to go there. Just went wide. Battle continues at the red line. Here comes Bishop in, across, and a diving, great defensive play. Murky keeps it in, fires a shot, and the rising wrister is snatched out of the air by Carlson. 65 seconds to go in the third.
Woodbury just selling out on the back check. You love to see it. Great play there.
Off the draw to the corner. Behind the goals. Stolen away by Hamstead. Given all sorts of issues down there. Bishop helps out, gets it over for Murky. Puck slashed off his stick. Woodbury comes out with it. Here come the Royals now. Klett moving in for Woodbury, knocked off his stick. To the blue line it goes. Played back deep, right side for McGordon with 35 seconds left. To the blue line, a shot blocked. Spinning, firing another shot. That is blocked. That doesn't get to Conan. And now down there is White Bear Lake with the puck. Dom shot on the backhand. Slides it forward for Murky. Murky cuts from left to right. Goes to his right. Chance. Shot. Misses high and over the glass. And that will stop play with 18.4 seconds to go. Chad, his name is Tanner Domshot. More like Tanner High Shot.
Oh, what an opportunity for the senior defenseman. His dad's going nuts to our right.
Draw. Won by the Bears. A shot hits a body, goes wide of the goal. 10 seconds left. Picked up here by Borgstad. Into the zone comes Olsen. He'll turn around at the buzzer. O'Brien shot, glove save again. Save number 38 for Carlson. 1.5 seconds to go.
What a game, folks.
And there it is. So here is the overtime procedure. 8 minutes of sudden death overtime. If nobody scores, they will resurface. And we will play a 17-minute overtime period. And nobody scores after that. We'll take a brief breather like we're doing now, 3 minutes, and we will go back to a 17-minute / 8-minute / resurface, wash, rinse, repeat. We will go till somebody scores.
My back is just destroyed from these bleachers.
Not good.
Can I sue TCO for back surgery?
Just catching our breath. Maybe get a swig of water. So we played in the second intermission the fun game of who does it start with Chad Olson. We're going to play now as we head into overtime. Who does it end with? Chad, we'll begin with the Woodbury Royals. Who does it end with?
Ooh, let me get the roster out here.
Halvey OT Challenge.
You know, he's kind of been quiet today. I'm going to go with Fotopoulos for the Woodbury Royals.
We've probably been just butchering his name all night.
It's horrible. And for the Bears, I'm going to see the kid get rewarded who's been playing strong all night and go with Charlie Olson, even if he spells his name wrong.
That's true. E-N, not Owen. But that's fine. We'll forgive it, especially if he adds a G. Perhaps a GWG.
Facts. Go way off the board and say Jackson Conan's going to score the overtime winner.
I mean, yeah, it would be impressive.
I don't know how he did it, but he did it.
And if it does happen, the Bears, for their part, won in overtime to start the season. They lost to Stillwater in overtime. They beat Park of Conadrova in overtime, and they tied Forest Lake in their most recent overtime affair. There can be no ties. It is postseason hockey. The Section 4AA quarterfinal, the Woodbury Royals trying for the upset. The White Bear Lake Bears, the number 2 seed, trying to earn a semifinal right back here at TCO Sports Garden on Saturday. The teams will have the long change as they switch sides. It has been the Camden Carlson show for the most part, 38 saves on 41 shots faced. All the Bears need, however, is one more to go in. The Royals are one shot away as well. Here they go. They enter the zone, right wing side, chance in front. Opportunity here, shot, save, rebound cleared out by Conan, and out comes White Bear Lake. Here's Murky. Murky fights his way through. He's brought down in the process. No hands go up. Picked up behind by Ben Tarleton. Tarleton rings it around near side, but it's kept in for a moment at least before Woodbury is able to force it back out. Here comes Gerlach to his left. The shot, Conan, the save. Puck goes behind the White Bear Lake goal. Picked up and worked around. Now back on front. One-time shot misses the net just high. Another try from a weak angle misses the net. And out to Gerlach it goes where it's kept in. Hits off his shin pad of Max Hamstead as he works his way down the ice. Hamstead with 2 trying for 3, but that weak shot is easily saved by Carlson.
Ben Tarleton, great job cutting off that angle so Hamstead didn't have an open breakaway towards the net. Woodbury coming up firing to start this overtime.
Stops play with 7:08 to go. And what we can now refer to as the first overtime. Off the draw, O'Brien. Off the far wall, dropping it down low. Connecting with Olsen. Turned off the puck by Schwartzhoff. Schwartzhoff goes from right to left across the zone. Here comes Fotopoulos as he knocks it in. He is dangerous. Grady Gallatin off the shelf, bounces around at the blue line. Nearly escaped the zone, good keep in as the Royals keep the forecheck going. Behind the goal. Worked in front, one-time shot blocked in front. Bears clear it out to neutral ice. It's Schwartzhoff who slides it to his left. His pass broken up. Loose across the center ice face-off circle. Now it's carried in by Welch for a moment. Knocked off his stick. Bears trying to get a change going here. Some fresh skaters as working his way in on the left side is Klett. Klett fires a shot. Conan makes the save on the side of the cage. Battle continues behind. Kalesa to the blue line. That shot is blocked by Murky. Murky moves it forward. Here comes Hamstead. Hamstead works it in front. Chance for Bishop, but he fires a backhander wide. O'Brien down the corner. Looking for options here. Hit up hard into the wall. Puck comes free. Tracking it over here is Gordon. He'll slide it down the ice, and that'll be another Woodbury icing. 5.5 to go in overtime.
I don't think Tyler Bishop realized how much time he had there and kind of forced a quick shot, but that's what the Bears need, get some pucks on net.
Royals getting it to the blue line. Bears worked it back in for a second before the Royals return it to neutral ice. Murky trying to find it in his skates, sends it off the glass. Returned back to the red line. Battle continues back and forth. Royals finally get it toward goal. Goes on goal. Conan will handle it over here for Fratellone. Behind the goal. Centering attempt broken up. Bears come out with it. Down the ice comes Bishop. He'll slide it to his right. Back to Bishop. Bishop got it toward the goal, and Carlson will stop play. Hoping the Bears can finish this off before we get to an intermission. Because, Chad, I don't have part 3 of that interview lined up. Might have to just go down
Should
there.
have been thinking.
Do you think I could just interview him, do another one?
Like we used to?
Just, but, I mean, wouldn't be busy in an
No,
overtime
not at all.
intermission.
Go in the locker room.
Yeah, why not? O'Brien slid through the slot. Olsen drops it down low. Carried out high. Chance another shot that had a juicy rebound, but nobody there to put it away. And out come the Royals. They have numbers. It's Chapman on the left. Chapman shot, saved Conan, kicked it to the corner, denying the odd man rush for the Woodbury Royals. Another try here for the Royals, and that puck goes all the way through back to the blue line. A shot hits a body and goes just wide of the goal.
I thought that was in.
I thought it was over. My heart is still sunk. Down the ice, here's Olsen trying to split the D. Now Hampstead will help out. He'll skate it to the corner, fires a shot wide of the goal. O'Brien will keep it in. He'll send it to the half wall before it's cleared out down the ice for another icing for Woodbury. My goodness. I thought it was over.
So did I.
Ugh. I don't know if I'm in the way, but I'm going to stand up because I know I'm not in the way up here. And I may fall, and I may faint.
That's all right.
That's all right, yeah, no problem. Halfway through first overtime, Royals trying to find a way out of their own zone with the puck. Played forward. Up the ice it goes. Turned over at the red line. Picked up and worked in by Murky. He'll slide it down low. Back to grab it is Gerlach. Gerlach will handle it here. Off the wall. Pinned up against the wall is Hampstead. And out of the zone the puck goes. Bishop retreats. Gives it over to Domshot, who goes over left side. Drop pass chance. Bishop shot wide of the goal. Hits the back wall. Kotzmacher with a great look. And now a power play coming up for Woodbury if we even get there. 2-on-1. Chance. Royals shot missing the net. Bounces down. The delayed penalty continues. The Royals get the extra man out there. Here they go. Setting up shop in the White Bear Lake zone. Back out high. Tarleton blows a tire. That allows the Bears to touch up. And a power play for Woodbury, Chad. Oh boy.
Yeah, blatant trip there. You can't overlook that one.
So Max Hampstead goes to the penalty box and will look on as his team will try to fight for the next couple of minutes. A timeout taken by head coach Tim Sagar. Probably a good time for it as any, Chad.
Definitely slow the game down a little bit, get a strategy going.
The power play again entering this evening. 8.5% for Woodbury. It has not been a very successful power play. The Bears have not had many shorthanded goals this year. The one goes to Ethan Murky.
And the best short-handed chance by the Bears tonight was by the guy that's currently in the box.
Anxious energy here at TCO Sports Garden. It's the longest timeout ever. Here we go. The face-off will be in the White Bear Lake zone. The goaltender in the White Bear Lake net is Jackson Conan. He has had a phenomenal season. He'd like to keep it going here if he is able to. The Woodbury Royals, now with the man advantage, they've been opportunistic all game. Can they take advantage of a great opportunity here at Vadna Sports Center in overtime? Make that TCO Sports Garden with the one goal advantage, or one man advantage. I am all over the place. The draw technically won by the Royals, but they couldn't complete the pass and it goes out to neutral ice, so not the best start they wanted here. As spinning and firing a shot in was Timo Klett at the half wall. Dropped down low, Fratellone muscled into the boards. 3 Royals versus 3 Bears down there. And Fradalone will keep it on the wall all day if he can. He's killed at least 10, 15 seconds off this penalty. Now back out high, chance for the Royals. Shot misses the net, takes a funny hop off the wall. A good hop for the Bears as they have a 2-on-1 shorthanded. Here's Murky across, chance, shorthanded, score! In overtime, Tyler Bishop, the hero, short-handed for the Bears.
Wow. What a game. Tyler Bishop, the hero for the Bears. The Bears survived. That's all that matters.
What a game. What an effort by the Woodbury Royals tonight. They did damn near everything they possibly could to win this hockey game. And it started with a weird bounce off an official that put the Royals up 1-0, and Chad, it ended with a shot from the point that took a very, very hard hop off the wall that sprung a White Bear Lake odd man rush short-handed. And that's one thing you might have heard in the interview we played in the intermission. Coach Sagar talked about the advantage of knowing the bounces here. And that's one of those kind of unique, very character bounces. And Tyler Bishop is the overtime goal scorer, again, short-handed, how rare, and a tough pill to swallow for sure for Woodbury. And wow, wow.
They played almost the perfect game, just unfortunate ending for them.
Max Hamstead scores with 2 minutes and 15 seconds to go in the third period to tie this game up, to force overtime. And then it's Tyler Bishop taking a pass from Ethan Murky and putting it home and beating a very talented goaltender, Camden Carlson, who we want to talk about Woodbury as a whole doing everything they could. Chad, he did everything he could.
Yes, he could. He took a lot of beating in that third period, but he got up every time, made some huge saves, faced 42 shots. He kept them in it the entire time.
We'd like to thank Gabe Bartlett running camera tonight. Zach Chapman did such a phenomenal job behind the technical side of things. It's good to see his face again. And as we bid adieu once more to our 9th season of coverage, I think this is the 3rd time we've said goodbye. But thank you for everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for all the support. Our intention at this point is to come back for year 10 because we might as well. And we hope to see you then. Good luck to the Bears the rest of the way. And as always, if you need somebody to broadcast any of these games, we're willing to.
We'll build this dream together.
But I'm sure the other guys will have a half-hour pregame show, and interviews with coaches during the intermission and replays.
Write a
and all
bunch of
that.
scratch on
Right. I mean, that was
notes.
You did a lot of homework.
I did. I was very bored at work today.
Apparently so. Wow. Max Hamstead, who scored the goal late in the third, watched the game-winning goal from the penalty box, and birthday treat for him for sure. Thank you to all of you for tuning in across White Bear Nation. Thank you for a great 9th season of the Horn. We didn't know we were going to have it, but we did, and we look forward to season number 10 next year, and we cannot wait to get back behind the mic. So for Chad Olson and the rest of our crew, along with Gabe Bartlett and Zach Chapman, I'm Zach Halverson. So long, everybody. Good luck to the rest of the way to the White Bear Lake Bears. And we will see you again next year on the home of White Bear Nation, the Horn.